Well, it would help if I turned our cameras on. There we go. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Not Great, episode 6, I think we're on now. Official marathon release edition, pending Cryo Archive later this week, Rank later this week, other things probably, patch notes and stuff, Duo Q this week. A lot of things coming up like later this week that we didn't know of until this morning. But Justin is back here with me again, ready to talk about launch. We are about a week and a half out from launch day from 1.0. So we have a lot of experience on playing all the maps, fighting all the enemies, using all the guns, with all the gear. That's definitely not ND8. So we can talk about it for sure. So, yeah, Justin, you want to say hi to everybody now that we're officially live here? You're a gamer. Yeah? You're looking at numbers and talking this and that. Yeah. But we have officially gotten, I think, our first impressions under control because we kind of did most of that in the server slam. So we're going to go a little bit more over how the game is doing, a bit more about what we want to see, post season one, things that we want to see changed, and some of the stuff maybe we're going to talk about, and it might have gotten changed today because there was a patch today with a bunch of changes and stuff. So we'll see it as we go through. But we didn't know beforehand what was going to be changed, and what wasn't. Let's go ahead and we're going to start off with what we have been accomplishing in the game, what we've been doing in the game, because we've been playing quite a bit. So let's talk about time first. I have the less impressive time because I have been doing a lot of other things right now, but I'm sitting at a nice, cool 50 hours in 1.0. Yeah, I know it's a cute little number, something like that. You're up there. Yeah, you're at like 70 something, like 78, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's wake up fresh. Let's not sleep our whole day away. Because it was like during one of the first weekends it dropped. So, I wanted to put out as much time as possible. And man, every minute, every waking day, even now, I'm thinking marathon. You know what I mean? It's on the brain 24/7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got a lot of hours to say. Listen, people, I can say things. Okay.
80 hours is quite a bit. I I've been trying to make sure that I'm spending enough time keeping the house in order and treating my fiance right. I'm not staying up late yelling in the living room, so I don't want to tear my life apart for it. But the game is still doing really well, having a good time playing it with everybody. We haven't even had time to play together, even though you've been playing.
Yeah.
You've had someone to play with. I've got like a rotating door of people who are just like, "Do you have time now?" And I'm like, yeah, I can play like one game. Let me see if Justin can get on because you're always on." And then you're busy,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "God damn it, I'm here." But
Yeah.
it is what it is.
We're the pesky duo.
But we have I haven't been grinding contracts too much. I've been trying to do more of a all all tides together approach to my factions. They're all kind of neck and neck. Justin finished Syak before I even knew that what VIP was. He was VIP with Syak.
Yeah, I was giving Sato the skinny. Yeah, yeah, faction progress. Yeah, I went straight into just I had a game plan. I told my boys, you know what I mean? I says we're getting in. We're gonna do I didn't no questions, no hey, what are we gonna do? It's the great Rick Grimes once said, you know what I mean? Actually, I forgot the quote. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, oh, he's like,
Yeah, the best quote when he
this
said,
isn't democracy anymore. It's a famous line, one of my favorite lines. I forgot. Anyway, listen, all right. He said what Rick Grimes said at the end of season 3. You know what I mean?
"Yeah, of course." We
Um,
everyone knows. We all know exactly what he said.
we should know by now, okay? End of season 3. I think he's like, this ain't a democracy anymore. If anyway, that's what I said to my buddies. Okay, I said the thing from Walking Dead. Okay, season 3, last episode. Look it up. Okay, anyway.
And then you put him down because they,
Yeah, and I put
because they
them
got
down.
bit. Yeah, that's they were
No,
done.
I says we're doing Cyber Acme. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. I just feel like it's the smartest bet. Get all the easiest stuff done. Easiest to get all the materials for. And that's what we've been doing. We got all the priority contracts done for Cyber Acme,
Hmm.
and then after that, it was just grind, grind, grind.
And do you want to tell
Now,
the audience what your reward was for hitting VIP?
so when you hit VIP, and you got to buy everything. I bought everything in there, not just hitting level 30, hitting the VIP.
To buy all
Your
the upgrades.
reward is you get a gold sneak backpack. Fantastic. It's beautiful. So when you loot, you turn invis while you're looting in a chest, a bag, doesn't matter what. As long as you have that backpack. And this was a pesky backpack that I was telling you, what
You're
is
like,
that?
what is this
I
backpack? I haven't
kept telling
seen
you
it
they
anywhere.
never addressed it. We never got to play test it. What is this backpack? And I've seen it in trailers, and he's like, "What backpack are you talking about?" And I'm sending him
He's looking
screenshots.
for it. He was like digging. He's like, give me a minute. And then like 6 hours later, he's like, here, I found it.
Yeah,
But
and I was the first, at least in my friend group, to be able to touch the backpack. I haven't
first in his
used it
friend group
in
might have been
days
first in
yet.
the world because it was literally like within 24 hours of the game launch or something ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was
I
before the
think I
weekend even made
tagged
it.
Marathon Bulletin, and I was like, this is the reward for Cyber Acme," and he never said anything. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I'm not, but
um,
but it was really cool, and your rewards too for every VIP rank you get, not completing contracts, is guaranteed purple backpacks and purple implants. So it's like really
mhm.
cool.
So yeah,
Really
for
cool.
anybody who doesn't know how the factions work, once you get to like I think level 10, you can start getting enhanced packages, and at level 20 you get deluxe packages. So then after level 30 you get the VIP packages, and each tier you go up increases the tier of rewards. So you go from like green backpacks to blue backpacks to purple backpacks, and you go from things like blue salvage, or I guess gray salvage, to green salvage, blue salvage, and then purple salvage. I got to level 20 in Arachne today, and the level 20 reward for Arachne includes purple materials that you need for their upgrades. So a couple days ago, somebody was, I think it was actually last night, Gabe was asking me, where do you find the purples for some of these upgrades for some of these things? Because I've been trying to find them so I can stockpile them up early. And I was like, I don't know, you just got to go around and find them, I guess. But apparently, also, if you are leveling up the vendors and you're like lagging behind on those last couple, once you get to cap, you're gonna start getting them from the drops from the vendor. So that should help you out a lot. Because I got like two of a single purple item, and some of the upgrades are like four or six of those or something like that. So after a couple of levels, you'll get closer and closer. So it's a good idea to level them up. That we learned. You've got by far the most experience leveling them up, more than me. Um, do you know? And I know I asked this back then. I don't know if you've seen it since, but have you found another way to get another copy of the gold backpack? Also, have you used it yet?
I have not used.
You
Listen,
saving it for Cryo Archive?
I'm saving it for Cryo Archive,
You
right?
should save it for
Am I
ranked, probably.
purple shield still,
It's probably
either
better in
ranked or
ranked.
yeah, I'm being patient with a lot of the stuff that I use. A lot of times I mean, what my vault values at 119,000 or
Yeah,
18,000
mine's at like 120k too.
Yeah, and a lot of the stuff though I got was just, I've been free hitting it just because it's like a lot of times it's just me and a duo, so I want to wait till I have a stacked team, and we've been running a lot of like perimeter and dire marsh. We're trying to do more dire now to like I want to learn it to a T.
Yeah,
Listen, perimeter, I know all the rotations. You know what I mean? I got the tunnel system.
yeah. We've
I
got to
mean,
figure it out.
that's yeah, that's like figured out, down packed loot spots for like med crates, and I know how the early tells to know if a certain med crate is going to spawn at a certain location or not, just
Oh,
by seeing on the exterior.
strats,
Yeah,
strats.
yeah.
Chat, I haven't
Um,
heard of this before. This is new.
yes, yes. I don't know if I want to give it away.
No, no, you can
Yeah.
save it for a video or something.
Yeah, but it's I'll probably tell you like off stream, but it's really cool, really cool. It's but I've been learning certain loot spots and those tells, and it's been a lot of fun. So I want map knowledge right now more than what I do. Like, oh, I gotta play, Outpost, and I gotta play Dire Marsh, and I just need to experience something different. Like I'm very patient, so I'm like, let me just run a map so I want to know everything about it.
Right.
I mean, it was a lot of times when, I came from like a battle royale background, right? So like a lot of, COD battle royales or anything. Some of the biggest parts is knowing certain loot spots and knowing your comfortable drop spots. And, because once you find that comforting drop spot, you know where to look for chests, you
Yep.
know where you're going to find them, right? You know
Yep.
if it's going to be kind of mid-tier loot, but you also know exits, right? Certain angles to hit. So that way when you're fighting enemies, okay, I know where that he's gonna rotate this way.
Hmm.
And like we got into a fight the other day, me and my crew, and I was like, they're probably gonna rotate this one way. And they're like, my buddy was like, nah, they're probably still waiting for us on this particular mountainside. And sure enough, they re-rotated exactly where I was going to say. So, map knowledge is huge, especially in games like this. So that's what I've just
Absolutely.
been exercising. Practice makes perfect, and I'm really trying to learn.
Well, learning is also part of our next little tidbit here.
Yes.
Characters we played. So I have a feeling that we have both been maining one character for the majority of this because you have mained one character since the first alpha and you don't switch off ever. Um,
Yeah,
and
well, I have, but we'll talk about it in a bit. We'll talk
and
about it
and
in a
I've been
bit.
waiting for one character to come out since
Yes,
the
yes.
start, and I now get to play her. I've been playing pretty much exclusively Thief. I played maybe a couple games of Triage in a trio because I was like, I want to see how chill it is to play this character and how strong are they. Broken character, by the way, like disgustingly good character. Um, Little bit of Destroyer. I've played no Assassin, no Vandal, no Recon. Um, like it's like 97% Thief gameplay. Great time. Good grapple's fun as I hoped it would be. It's very strand grapple for anybody who's played Destiny. Um, the X-ray vision is more useful than I thought it would be because you can
Yeah.
hack enemies with it, which is I don't know what it does against the AI. Honestly, usually it just makes them angry and then they shoot me. Hacking a player apparently makes their vision worse, um, but it takes a while to proc, so I don't do it. I think the highlighting is weird if they're like halfway in cover. Um, her passive of like picking things up and your cooldowns get better is really good because grapple just gets more cooldown. Pickpocket drone, great. 10 out of 10. Love it. Good for recon. We don't really run a recon because I'm usually playing thief, so I recon with the drone. I'm like manually out there, like, there's somebody over there. I see him.
Yeah.
Um, instead of the wall hacks, it's just me flying a drone at
Yeah.
Mach 10 into the wall. It one shots itself because you can do that apparently. If you fly fast enough, it just dies. Um, but it's been a good time. I think all the characters are pretty fun. I don't think I've seen any egregious amount of spam of one character in trios. Triage is on every team pretty much, and that's kind of
Yeah.
expected. He's kind of just really worth his slot. Um, but I see a good mix of recons. I see destroyers. I see thieves. I see vandals. I see assassins. I don't think there's anybody underrepresented, and that's pretty good. I think.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I kind of piggybacking off that. Yeah, I everybody has a good team composition, and there's definitely enough people. I was a little scared for a minute where I was like, man, I hope that it's not going to be just nonstop like Void, right? Or nonstop Thief when she comes out.
Yeah,
That's what it's one thing I was afraid entering in, because that's one thing that too, like, about hero shooters, it's an added layer of like sometimes there's one character that's super overpowered,
and
and
everybody wants to
everybody
spam them.
uses this character and they're all gonna spam it. We're gonna see the same team of like one character,
Yeah,
and when that sort of happens, it depresses me, right? And it sort of takes the fun out of the game and the interest of these different dynamics of approaching certain fights in the game. So thank goodness, though, I think this is a really good sign that Bungie really made some fun characters. Is that there's always different team compositions. They're never really one of the same. I mean,
yeah.
like we see some familiarity, right? Like you're saying, I do see a lot of triage. Surprisingly, I haven't seen as many recon as I did like Void
I think a
or
lot of
Thief.
people are playing Thief and Void to get the info.
Yeah,
They're not really trying to rely on the wall hacks, which I think is it's
yeah,
fine. It works. They do kind of hybridize like that. But honestly, I think the better team comp is like recon, triage, and then like
yeah,
a destroyer or vandal or assassin. Like what some you can probably slot in whichever your third person's best at.
yeah,
But like I think Blackbird's a really big pick that a lot of people are missing out on. Surprisingly, I've seen a lot of Blackbirds in solos. Not like I haven't played a ton of solos.
yeah,
But I think in my solo v solo games, I see a good mix of I've seen Blackbirds, I've seen assassins, I've seen thieves, seen triage, which is always funny to me to see triage just in solo. But it does work. It does work. Um, but I see a lot of YouTubers, and I don't really watch a ton of the marathon YouTube videos right now because I'm trying to still keep my general ideas to myself right now
yeah,
to make
yeah, same.
my own thought bubbles and my own videos. I hate to watch something and then be like, well, now I don't want to make a video about this thing because I've seen somebody else do it, and I don't
Yeah,
want to riff off their stuff. Um, so I've watched a couple of videos, and I think at least maybe it was Cool Guy, and like two other higher end like consistent streamers that have been doing it for a while, all playing solo with Blackbird, which I think is funny because Blackbird to me doesn't really work as well, just
yeah,
because his passives don't really work as well in solo as they do in teams, but they just like the wall hacks, and the wall hacks work. And it, to be fair, if it works for whoever's playing, I think it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like if you hop
yeah,
on and you are used to playing Blackbird, just go do it. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
think it just goes to show that no matter what the kid is, you can work around it. You can find
Most
a way.
definitely, most definitely. Yeah, like in terms of like players too that I've been using. Yeah, I've been. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You guys are gonna be surprised. You ready?
Yeah?
Blackbird.
No.
No. I mean I almost have the mastery. I'm one challenge away from getting the mastery skin. Which we'll probably talk about that a little bit later. But yeah, no, I've listen, even in solos, I'm that person. I'm running Blackbird. Listen, I'm finding people, and a lot of times, like, right, I'm holding the ability because I don't want to just throw it out because then I gotta wait a couple, you know what I mean, all
It's
these
like
minutes
four
to get it
minutes,
back.
6 minutes.
And
Yeah.
so a lot of times, like, believe it or not, like I'm not throwing that ability out as soon as I get a fight in solos. I'm waiting, right? If I could find a player myself, I'm gonna find that player myself. As soon as I hear the noise though of a void stealth just popping his ability,
Yeah.
boom, there it goes. And I'm like, sorry, bud, you thought you were gonna get away with it. Now I know exactly where you're at, right?
Yeah.
and it's been a blast, man. Especially now that you can crack players, and the trail is longer for Blackbird. Like you
Yeah, I
can,
have seen that actually working now compared to when we used to
yeah.
play. I've seen
In
it
the
in
test, it
trios,
was like
and
in
then
the
I'm like,
test you get 3 steps, and then that's it.
yeah, it's gone. I've seen this thing go far. I was playing in trios, and I think my Blackbird had my Recon had a sniper, so they cracked
Yeah,
somebody's shield with a sniper. And when I tell you, I must have chased this guy like halfway across Dire Marsh, and his footsteps were still there. And I was like, "Holy shit,
yeah,
this is crazy! It's still
yeah.
going!" Like, so
I
they
got
buffed that. They buffed that a lot.
I'd gotten into a fight where I cracked an enemy. He was running Locust, and so I was like, oh shoot, he's got a shield. He popped his main ability, but I cracked him. He whisses out. Okay, and the dummy doesn't realize like who I'm playing, and we were in South Relay, and he was trying to take the tunnel, right? So he goes
Okay,
into
yeah,
that big tunnel, and I'm literally just following his steps over and over again, and then he's like hiding behind the double doors because it's like 2 doors when you're coming out from into tunnel from South Relay, right?
yeah.
And so as soon as I hop in there and I'm staring at him like through the thing, we're just looking at each other, like who's gonna open the door first? And I'm like, buddy, like I know you're running, Locust, but I don't even care. I'm
I
just
know
gonna
you're
find the
in
tunnel.
there.
Yeah, and he was like crouched up trying to hide, and it was like the funniest thing ever. And I won the fight. It was fantastic. But I have been playing different characters. Like one of the things
What?
that yes, I have, I have. I tried Locust. I gotta get used to Locust. Listen, he's fun to run around and go fast, especially since I have the highest meter and
Oh,
the highest
true, true.
cooldown. Um, I enjoy using his ability, but I don't know. I've never been one guy for the shield because sometimes I'm too reliant on it. I got to get more comfortable, right? More
Mhm.
comfortable with the shield and how to use it. But the one character I used Thief a lot, and I loved Thief. Like I
Yeah,
was having so much
Thief is
fun
sick.
zipping around, getting to where I need to get to, and having that ability where I just pop it through smoke or something's happening. I'm using it more like aggressively than what I am like, okay, let me look at some loot or anything. Which is beneficial. For example, like when you see that event where if you pop this loot crate, it's going to spawn a bunch of enemies.
Yeah,
You could see the rarity of that box before popping it. So sometimes it's
yeah.
not worth it because it's just
I mean,
it's
I
it's
generally see those ones suck. I haven't hit one that's
yeah.
good yet, but
We've had a purple and a blue, but
okay.
we've
So
only
it is
popped it because
possible.
we got to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And another thing too, now the character that actually surprised me with how much I've been
Let
loving.
me guess. Let me guess. Vandal.
You guys Vandal?
That's
Yeah,
my guess.
Vandal.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah.
Listen, I've played
Vandal's a fun
Void
character.
too. Void was a lot of fun. I've ratted and we've killed literally, and this is no joke, 9 people, all with Void and just a duo, just playing Void character. It was a ton of fun. It was a blast, dude. In Outpost, it was such an awesome moment. But I really enjoy Vandal. Did I went off like with Vandal so much? Like you're just able to just do the double jump and hop up
Yeah,
where you
it's
need to get to.
disgusting, isn't it? Now that you've played with it, now you,
Yeah. Oh my
it's
gosh, dude. I
so
was in a
freeing.
I'll give this example. I was in a fight in Station, right? It was me and my buddy. We ran into a team. The team had knocked me. My buddy was playing triage. He hits me with the triage, right? The guy didn't decide to finish me. He had a shotgun, didn't even decide to kill me. I was like, okay. I get knocked. I fall onto like the this canopy, you know. He hits me with the what's this called? His ability. I then pop my special, right? Her little fast ability. I forget what it's called.
Or
Uh,
amplify,
to, yeah, so
run
that way
more.
she can sort of sprint away. I sprinted away, healed up, like to the edge of station. Then I waited to see where they were positioning or if they're going to push my buddy. And right, we're playing it slow. It's an extraction shooter. You don't want to play fast and loose. And then I see a actually a triage up on a catwalk, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna beam this guy. But I wait half a second, and I notice there's a thief. That pesky thief then goes up on the highest like catwalk, that orange catwalk at the very
Yeah,
top, And I'm like, I kind of like I want to kill this character, and I had a free kit Traxxas, so I'm running with
A hard line.
a hardline. I knock her. Now that I knocked her and I kill her, I know that I seen that triage run into the building, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna try and get the res up top. But let me do something slick. So I go over, I jump on a wire, and then from the wire I jump onto the orange catwalk. I pull the green shield off the thief, and then I pull back and I just sit and I wait for the guy to try and heal him with his ability. He pops the door open. Ta-da! Surprise! I'm here. And like that moment like locked me into glitch, and I'm like, I know what I want to do. I know the vantage points and how to use her. And since then it was like when I was using her to be super aggressive, I was just getting to sections as opposed to when I'm playing Blackbird and I'm sort of running around, trying to
Yeah.
figure out, okay, where am I going?
Where's the
What's going
ladder?
on?
Where's the stairs? Yeah.
Yeah,
I've talked
I
about it
I don't
before.
care about that.
The freedom of being able to just be anywhere is strong when nobody knows where to look, and you kill
Yeah,
people so fast now. Like it
yeah.
was good before. Now that it's even faster, it's
And
really
again,
strong.
if you have that map knowledge, you know where to rotate, right? And so
Exactly.
you know where to place yourself as that character. And so that's one of the things that, I love. Like I said, I wouldn't have known to hop on this black wire to then pop onto the catwalk if I didn't have an understanding that that sort of wire like hangs kind of low, right?
Yeah.
And like, oh, okay, I'm gonna take this slick way and go through here. So that was like an experience. And then even from there, I learned like two more hop ups that I could take with glitch to essentially flank those guys that are going to be up at that top area. So it's like I have
It's a
angles for
totally
days.
different map now. Now you're playing a totally different game.
Exactly, exactly. So it allows me to rotate. That being said, like I still love my Blackbird character. It's
Yeah.
just I'm just really good with her. I have that sort of comfortability of when to throw my abilities out. I'm very reserved with this character. Like I said, a lot of times, like I think when I'm running with a really good crew, we don't need to, uh, you know what I mean? We don't need to like have the sight up right away. We take our time, we kill them naturally, and then now there's a second team normally that runs up. So okay, pop my ability, let's loot up. And I heard something else, right? So now I saved it for that fight,
Right.
and you learn a lot. You learn a lot. And two, you, one of the cool things now is before we were playing a playtest, so a lot of our experience was with people that were just pushing just to push,
Didn't
that
know what they were
were
doing yet. Hadn't
yeah,
played the game before.
yeah. And now we have opened the floodgates to people that have never played before. And the exciting part is that now it's like I'm understanding player behavior
Hmm.
from how everybody else is approaching situations.
Yeah, the more people
So,
that play the game, the more types of players that we see, and the more that we can see the trends start to develop of what weapons are people running, how are people playing aggressively, or are they defensive, are they rotating this way or that way? What are people enjoying? Like, what routes do they like? You know, like you said, map knowledge. Part of the map knowledge is knowing what people will want to do. What's the
yeah,
standard play in that spot? And
yeah,
the more we get past release, the more other people who aren't us will know those things, because
yeah,
we've got a little bit more time to learn it and
yeah,
figure it out. But yeah, it's
yeah,
very fun, and I think that's part of our next little note here, which is the
yeah,
community. People have been doing great. I've seen a lot of people come through my YouTube comments and even my stream talking about how they didn't expect to like the game and they actually really enjoyed it and they've been putting a lot of
yeah,
time into it.
yeah,
Which is great to see that there's some people that are still being surprised they really like it. But in general, like the player base of everybody who's played the game is got good sentiment for the most part.
yeah.
There's negative sentiment from outside the game, but like it's it's like a bunch of people who weren't going to play it anyways
Hmm.
complaining about the game, and then
Yeah,
people who are like, "Well, I'll give the game a try. That looks interesting," and are like, "Yeah, no, this is pretty interesting. This is a good game." Um,
yeah,
but like the ARG's been going on with Scaro and all them, which I haven't been keeping tabs on. I'm just waiting for them to unlock Cryo Archive. Hurry it up. I'm out of town this weekend,
Yeah, yeah,
Scarrow. I need to know. And I gotta go to cryo. But it's great to see. I mean, I'm learning things from people, right? Like, I didn't know that you could see through the smoke with Thief on players because
yeah.
I thought I tried it and it didn't work. But maybe the guy that I was trying it on was in a spot where I just couldn't see behind a box that he was in or something in the smoke, you know. But somebody got it to work, which means it probably does work, and it just needs
Yeah, no,
more
no. I've
more
been
time.
killed by somebody who popped the smoke from a void. Then I was slowly rotating in, hoping to knife the void. And then I get beamed out of nowhere, and I was like, "Is this guy like cheating? Like, what's going on?" Like,
Cheaters, yeah, thermal.
because I was shot from a distance, and I'm like, "Or does he have a thermal?" And then I seen his character after I died, and it was the thief, and I was like, "Oh, he used his ability through the thing."
Yeah, so
I was
I
like, I
thought it
got
wasn't
baited.
working. I tried
Yeah,
it one time to fight somebody, and he was kind of like head glitching. And when he was head glitching, since his center of mass wasn't on the screen, it wasn't highlighting him,
yeah.
and it would like
Which
flicker in and
is
out.
it's a good trade-off, though. You know
Yeah,
what I
but when
mean?
I'm trying to like actually fight the guy with the visor up, I couldn't see him because it was like
Yeah,
on off lights were blasting because there's the whole overlay going on. I'm like, wow, I'm like this. I'm never turning this on when there's another player on my screen ever again. It's done. So nice to know there is a use case for it. You know,
yeah,
people have been finding out places to find keys more consistently. That's something that I think that it takes a community effort to like find out what the good drop sources are because RNG is going to be RNG. You're going to find
yeah,
random things and random boxes all the time. Finding the places where things spawn more consistently is a community effort. So
yeah.
people have been finding out places to farm keys. People have been farming the pinwheel on Outpost. Made that so
Mhm.
efficient they had to turn off the entrance to one of the entrances.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but there's still other interesting ways of doing things. Dire Marsh has a couple of loot spots and events that are interesting that people are figuring out. Um, so, like you said, it's just there's a lot of things the community together is
yeah.
interpreting and learning about the game, and it's been fun
I
to see
mean,
happen.
there's interactive maps,
Hmm.
where you can go and it shows you all the spawn points for teams. It shows you literally all the spawn points for your decons, for anything that you're looking for certain materials, events to look out for. So it's really awesome to see everybody sort of, coming together, and it's almost like what we were talking about last time. You were saying like, yeah, those the people that are complaining about it weren't people that were going to play it regardless, and
Yeah,
that's very true. I mean, look what we're seeing. Like half those people aren't obviously buying the game; they aren't playing it. They're just hating just to hate.
yeah,
And it's one of the things I really wanted to touch on because I'm very passionate about this game, and I'm passionate about kind of where the gaming community has been recently. And I don't know what type of headspace they've been in, but it's this sort of negative zone, you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I'm like, we need to pull out of that because, as the great Bird Peanut says, and is the fact that we're gonna get. I don't want to play Call of Duty '96, right? Like, I don't
True.
want to have the same game over and over and over again. I want new IPs, new experiences to sort of spawn up. And that doesn't necessarily happen when we're just sort of crapping on something just because it's new. We're afraid of it. We don't want to try it. Sometimes it's like if you really don't like it, vote with your wallet at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But ultimately, allow people to have their experiences. Say you don't like the game, move on. You don't need to sort of come into everybody's communities like on live streams and stuff like that we touched on last time. That's just it's super negative. And I mean, you and I were
I don't
talking
know how you
earlier
have fun doing
before.
that. Like, why are you waking up
Yeah,
looking up marathon live streams to go talk
I
about it?
don't know.
I don't know.
Listen, marathons in your head rent free, and that's like rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, if us posting a podcast is like driving you nuts, and we're just sitting here laughing and having fun, like it's kind of bizarre that that's like literally living in your brain because you dislike the game and all this sorts of stuff. Listen, have your opinions on it. Again, rightfully so. I mean, we entered in a couple of conversations, on our comments as well, and I for sure was not trying to approach anything any negatively, but it was like one of those things where it's like, I appreciate your feedback, but at the end of the day, you know what I mean, like, let's not be so negative. You know what I mean? But say what you want to say, and that's okay. But again, I think when it gets toxic and people start calling each other names, and then we start breaking out, like that's stuff that is just like, let's just chill. It's gaming. We forget what gaming is
Yeah.
supposed to be, and it's supposed to be fun. We're supposed to have a good time. You're supposed to let other people have fun. Listen, back in the day, let me tell you, not everybody was gamers, and gaming wasn't always positively looked on. You know what I mean? There was people that were, bullies, and you get bullied for being a nerd. It's almost like
You
Marvel.
played Pitfall,
Yeah,
nerd.
you know what I mean? What, you read comic books? Now everybody's a comic fan, you know what I mean? And everybody's got an opinion on the newest comic movie, and that's cool, and I'm glad these things found its popularity. But it's just a shame that when things get a wide enough net, right? You don't always catch the best fish, okay?
Yeah,
You're going to get those people
fair.
that you're gonna catch a couple piranhas. You know what I mean? Maybe even a great white that's just trying to eat everything up, and you're like, "Damn, I'm just what's going on?" And that's the unfortunate part. And I think that's what we kind of saw with Bungie is like, everybody's so used to them doing a type of game. So when they did something new, everybody's like, "How does this work?" You know what
How
I
are the
mean?
Destiny players supposed to enjoy this? You weren't. You were
Yeah.
supposed to be playing Destiny right now, and Destiny's just not doing that hot.
Yeah,
But
and I mean, hey, listen, a lot of Destiny streamers and Destiny players. Listen, Astacross, this man, listen, he poo-pooed Marathon a lot. He's this man, he did a little bit of grifting. Okay, a lot of it is some clickbaity videos that I mean weren't even just clickbaity. I mean, he just was not seeing the positive outcome of what the game was. And now this guy's done a 360 and is like, I actually like this game. And he's playing it. You could tell the
mhm.
enjoyment. I seen it from the playtest. And then when the full game came out, I was like, yeah, this guy's hooked day one. I was,
Yeah,
I'll peep in.
Lacrosse has
And
always been a big
yeah,
PvP player, and he
yeah,
just doesn't
yeah,
really think about it. But he's always been a PvP guy. He used to do
yeah,
a lot of
PvP.
trials and stuff.
But
So
he wasn't really too hot on all the extraction shooters he was playing. I mean, he
no, but
played
it's
Arc.
like we
I
said,
get it.
it's always the kind of game, the kind of genre where you don't get it, it doesn't make sense, it sucks, and then when you get it,
Yeah,
it clicks, and you're like, wait a
yeah,
second, there's nothing like this,
exactly.
And I'm
And
excited for
not,
Cryo to like really
yeah.
nail down
Oh my,
what the
yeah,
the feeling of the game is, because I think it all
oh
really
yeah.
depends on what Cryo ends up being.
Yeah, yeah. What's the future of these updates look like? What
Yeah.
do these, right? The new enemy types, how are they gonna roll that out? How are they gonna roll out, right, the new map? And these another thing too is like, I had someone sort of tell me like, well, they didn't release like season two's like next big map. And I'm like, a big part of maybe what they're sort of doing in terms of approaching this game is they're trying to see what elements from Cryo Archive is probably going to do really good with the community and what's not going to do so hot.
Yeah.
So before hopping into the next big part of the marathon ship, or you know what I mean, and they want to add these raid like mechanics, what mechanics work and what mechanics don't. And
Hmm.
we could definitely see, and I mean, we'll touch on this later, is that a lot of what the devs are doing at Bungie, you could tell they're really working off of community feedback.
Oh yeah, there's
And
a
they're
lot of
like,
community
we
feedback they're
have
working on.
this, yeah, they're like, we have this set game, but we also want to listen to the community. We want to do, we also need to listen to the community in certain regards when it's genuine feedback because there's a lot of nonsense out there. But
Yeah, like why not let just have it so that the last person alive extracts immediately, and all the loot's randomly found. You don't bring any gear in, and then there's a circle that closes in, and it gets closer and closer. I remember that
Yeah,
one. That was a good one.
and listen, some community is upset with how fast that Bungie's working, but it's kind of funny because it's a double-edged sword in a way. There's plenty of people saying like, "Well, I've seen how Bungie did on Destiny, and I don't think that they're gonna be able to like put out with these the content, and I don't think this,
Hmm.
and I don't think that."
I mean, to
And
be
it's their
honest, I'm already
personal,
surprised they're putting out, a new runner in season
yeah,
two and new stuff. I'm like, man,
yeah.
the game isn't even out yet. Give me a little bit. Let me try some of it before you start
Yeah,
adding more.
most definitely. And to be fair, too, a big part of that is, right, extraction shooters are still relatively like low cost of funds, right? Like it's still cheaper to maintain an extraction shooter than what it
Well,
is
than
like
like Destiny.
a Destiny,
Yeah.
right? And so that also allows them to sort of step into the zone where now they can edit, like, you know what I mean? We just got
Yeah,
to add a new runner. Look, a
they
night
can do
map,
some models. They've
now
got the
we got a
rigging.
big map, right? They
Yeah,
can find sort of where they want to their flow in terms of like updating and stuff like that.
and
Because a
and I
lot of
think
the
I'm
content,
okay
yeah,
with what they're doing with some of like the one of the updates is going to be a night map, and they're going to introduce night versions or different versions of the maps in a season. I think that's fine.
yeah,
Um, I am interested to see exactly how they do it though. If they're going to be
yeah,
like different selectable options, or if it's you queue outposts and then it rolls the dice and is it day or is it night, you know?
yeah.
Or what if you
I
just queue
think
at night and it's always night?
Yeah, I'm curious on how that's gonna work too. I don't know honestly which method I prefer.
I think
Because like
just random roll it probably.
random roll it could be cool, but like if there was like this thing where almost like Arc, right? And this is one thing that I'm like, yeah, I did like that Arc did. Is their night maps are kind of like more enemy heavy, but gets
Yeah,
higher
yeah.
loot,
It could be
So
interesting. The question
yeah,
becomes, do we split the player base by adding more and more matchmaking options, which is kind of the sins of the past that we used to have with things like Call of Duty back in the day, right? Where when you have
yeah,
all the options to play, nobody can find lobbies because everybody's in 14
yeah,
different queues. Um,
yeah.
so I feel like it's smarter to condense it for now.
Mhm.
But maybe when they make it a brand new map, a brand new option, it's its own queue, and then after the season ends, it becomes a rotator that like either it rotates daily or it
Yeah.
randomly rolls or something like that. But then the new
It's a
map
difficult
becomes a
choice too
selector.
because it's like, how dark is the map gonna be, and does
Yeah.
that though influence, right? That's probably gonna influence how you play the game, right? So I don't know, and this is why I say how dark is it gonna be, right? Like
Hmm.
one of the things that I mean, I guess I'll spoil a little bit. We're gonna talk about like future things that we want. One of the things I was gonna discuss is like a flashlight, right? Is that gonna be? Are we just gonna have flashlights so that way when it's night maps we just have that ready? But if it's not, and it's based off of like, you know what I mean? Like you have to run like night vision or something, right? That
Hmm.
they add.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna want to be able to kit out
What if
for
it's
a
just
night
dark?
map, or is it just gonna be dark and there's, you know what I mean? A couple like every POI is just gonna be lit up, and then so you have to run recon and thief, right? So I'm curious on how they're gonna go about it,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
that's where it's like it's kind of difficult to just throw that in rotation unless it's like it's gonna be on a rotator and it's gonna tell you currently it's on night, right?
Yeah, because the
For like
outpost is
20
kind of
minutes.
night all the time right now.
Yeah,
Is it going
yeah,
to be like that, but just on Dire Marsh? I don't know. Hard to say.
exactly. And if it does, I would hope it's like a little bit more involved than what Outpost is. You know what I mean? Like I think like if I'm entering in a night map, I want the creepiness of like, oh shoot, it's dark. You
It would
know?
be really cool if it was like really dark and the AI had a short range to see you, but like you can't
Yeah,
see them from far away. I don't
yeah.
know. I
I
would
don't
like to
know.
see some of that stuff, but it's I don't know what they
Yeah,
want. You know?
I guess sort of the moving back to community, and then we could probably
Yeah.
move along to our next thing because listen, we're already like 15
We're
minutes
already
in.
an hour in. It's okay. What's
Yeah,
new?
oh gosh. Um,
We
you
haven't made it
already
past the
guys
intro
know.
yet.
This is a 2-hour podcast at this point, okay? We lied to you. It's never gonna be an hour.
It'll be an
I'm
hour when
so
we can
sorry.
stop talking. When we have nothing to talk about, it'll be an hour long.
Yeah, listen, I guess if it's an hour, it's a rough news week, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or we're talkers, I guess. But, going back to the community sentiment, ultimately, you're gonna find your haters, and we knew this was gonna happen, and I was hoping that we shake them eventually, right? And it's kind of happened, right?
Yeah, I
All
think
the
it's kind of already
Listen,
happening where some people are just
yeah,
like, I don't care anymore. Yeah.
reviews from community, right? Like we don't have all the reviews from every single, big reviewer in terms of critic.
Yeah. A lot of
But
them are
from
waiting for
audience,
cryo.
we were looking up all positive reviews, 80s, for
Yeah,
it's
I'd pull it
that's
up to show
essentially
you. I don't
saying,
really want to put it on screen, but
yeah,
I think Steam was 88, 86.
yeah,
It's 88 if you don't count the reviews that weren't bought on Steam or something. I don't know
yeah.
what those are. And then PlayStation was like a 4.7 stars.
Mhm.
And
And
Xbox is about the
Xbox
same.
was a 4, yeah. And
Yeah.
so all around it's like an 80, an 8 out of 10, and that's a good game. And that's people that bought the game and either liked it or didn't like it and
Hmm.
gave an honest review, and that's what makes me really happy. So community sentiment has really turned. I mean, not that they make everything, that not that they make or break a game, but streamers have been liking it, right? And they're a big influence on their community. Or they're not. Burnt Peanut, because he can't really
Uh,
play it on stream because everybody's so mean. But
yeah.
that is something that matters to people, right? And so I'm happy that community sentiment again. Acid was a big thing. Paul Tassi was a big thing. Originally he was, again, this man was negative reporting the thing, and he was just reporting the news,
Yeah.
to be fair. But there was also times where, like, I'm like, dude, you're really going in.
Look, there was a little
And
Paul Tassi Doom posting, but it's okay.
yeah,
Paul doesn't play
and
extraction shooters.
but things have been nice, and even in our like own chat, like I said last episode, people were like, oh well, actually, and I'm expecting that we'll get more of that, right? But we were comfortable, right, with 40,000 people, and this was not because we're basing it off of any other data. It's based off of, I think that's a healthy player base. It's just that simple.
Mhm.
And we have hit consistently around mid to high 50s
I
every
think the
single
last
day.
like 2 or 3 days, which is like Monday, Tuesday, we've been hitting
Yeah.
57, like mid 550s, um,
Yeah.
usually in the 60s, which is
Yeah.
better than I thought it was going to be. Um,
Yeah.
because I think if you asked me probably like 6 years ago what I thought an extraction shooter would do from Bungie, I'd be like, I don't know, 10K. That's pretty good for an extraction shooter.
Yeah.
But I think Arc Raiders helped the audience in general. Um, so I think some people look at it and see 40 and it's like bad, but I'm like, I don't know, that's
I
40K is
I
good. It
think
could be
it's
zero.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
think it's
no
alive.
one.
And I mean, even Astacross put out a video as well for all those people sort of trying to measure metrics and all this. Listen, we don't, and this was one of the comments I made in the last video. Ultimately, we don't know what Sony's thinking. And it was funny because I've written proof now, okay, that's what I said beforehand. But Astacross ended up coming out that one of the older Destiny, like big devs that worked on the game,
Yeah.
he was like one of the directors, he came out saying like, "Hey, you guys don't know the metrics, all this Steam metrics and all this stuff. It's very, like eye-catching right now, but at the end of the day, you guys don't necessarily know what successful is to Sony and their
Right.
team. You don't know
Yeah.
how much everything had cost. You don't really know, right? And all we know is that there's 2 million copies sold and they made around like 35 million off of that. That still doesn't necessarily give us, is this meeting Sony's expectation or not? And mind you, when the game was originally being designed back in 2018 is when Christopher Barrett had discussed that he had made the pitch for Marathon. This Tarkov, it was just Tarkov
And it was
and
Hunt.
Hunt Showdown.
It was the only two.
And those didn't. I mean, Tarkov had a pretty decent player base, let's be honest, but Hunt was like relatively low. So, um, but it's so it was like that's where they pop were basing off like what's a healthy player base. They
Yeah.
don't know, and they knew that it wasn't going to be like full Destiny play. Like they're building a different player base in this corner here,
Yeah,
and
and I think that was always the thing that Marathon was supposed to be a different audience than Destiny. There are people that tell me no, they're the same audience. And I'm like, you're crazy. You're unhinged. If you think the average Destiny player is your average Tarkov player, they're very distinct entities.
yeah,
And I think that was the entire point was to attract a new audience, not
yeah,
cannibalize the Destiny audience for it. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. It was never meant to count. Like you
Now,
need two
unfortunately,
player bases. I
I don't
mean,
know if
think
you've
about it this
seen
way.
how Destiny's doing on Steam right
Yeah.
now. They we didn't even hit like 8K last week or something. It was ridiculous.
And
It was
now
rough.
let's imagine, okay,
Wasn't me either. I
that
wasn't there.
Destiny or that, right, Marathon or sorry, Bungie had chose that Destiny is the only game for them.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we're heading the slump that we're hitting now. Like, let's take Marathon out of the picture, and now I would be extra afraid for Bungie.
Yeah, and
Now
I,
the
I
fact,
don't I don't know if Marathon contributed to it or not. Some people say that it pulled dev teams away from Destiny, but they hired specifically for Marathon. A lot of people,
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
some talent was moved between them,
yeah,
um, but I don't think that's how teams work. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't make
And
games,
and
but
two, before the game was out, I mean, it was reported that there was 500 working on Destiny, and it
yeah,
was
but
like
apparently they had
300
the
on Marathon.
huge layoffs after the final shape,
Yeah,
and they had more
and
layoffs after that, and I think most of that's from Sony's side. Sony's laying off a lot of people
yeah.
at Bungie.
And and there's another thing that we'll probably discuss in another podcast, like generally, because it's like there's a lot to get to where Bungie, what happened to Bungie got there, and
Yeah,
there's reasons for it. So everybody's like trying to blame Marathon or be super confused why they're doing this, and yeah, and all
there's a
the
lot of
left and
reasons.
right and
It's
center.
complicated
But there's so
for
many
Bungie, but
reasons that
also
led up to where we're at with Destiny. And that's the unfortunate nature of things. And we'll probably touch more on it later because it's,
yeah.
we'll probably move
We're
on
only an
from,
hour
or
into the thing. We were still in the intro.
yeah, I mean, let's probably, I mean, we don't have a lot of comments, so we could probably just touch on the comment of
We'll touch
who
on comments
commented so
real quick.
far.
Um, we got the White Boar survived the office purge. That's true. Alpha and J Note both mentioned this. You weren't. I don't know if you watch my fiance's YouTube channel. She has a vlog that she does. Um, she inspired me to do YouTube. But this is my whiteboard that I bought without consulting her uh, off of Amazon. And it showed up, and I was really excited about it. And she goes, "Where are you putting that?" I was like, "In the office, obviously. We shared the office. She's on the other half of the room. We're desk to desk. So I
Yes,
can't
yeah.
back up or anything. It's right there. But we cleaned the office out this weekend. And that was one of our vlogs.
Yes.
And
And to be transparent, I am J Note. Okay, okay. I'm just
oh my
interacting with
God,
you.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, wait a
You're
second.
fine. You're fine.
I was like, that seems familiar, but I don't remember.
You can follow me on Twitch, but there's not much going on right now. Maybe in the
Um,
future.
so this survived. I made it back. Let me keep it for now. But I love this
Oh,
thing.
you gotta start making drawings on there. You know what I mean? We
I
gotta
have
do
drawings on the
something
other
with it
side. I was
in a
using it for
video.
D&D stuff. Um,
Okay.
this is all stuff for the video that went up today. This has been up here since like day 2 of streaming the game, and it took me
Yeah.
like a week and a half to like
Yeah.
make a video. I don't know how you feel about editing things. I'm getting so tired of editing.
I'm
I
not an
hate
editor.
editing.
Listen, when you see my voiceover videos, okay, you'll notice that it's normally like an image that is can be looped almost that and you can't really tell too much. And that's the image I sort of run with.
Yeah,
And they're minute long videos, right? Because it's just voice essentially like little samples for you guys to sort of hear some range or I'm just have something on the top of my mind. I literally just hop on it, I record it real quick. It's only a minute long, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I chop it together. Um and I'm not an audio engineer. I'm not
No, me neither.
you know what I mean? And I'm not a
I'm not an
video editor.
audiophile.
Like those are the things too. Now the thumbnails, come on, you see this probably by now you're gonna see this thumbnail and you've seen all
And Justin
this,
does
you
the
know what I
thumbnails for
mean?
these. So
And even then I'm still, I can only do so much design. So yeah, editing, dude, I feel you. It's tough. It's rough. I like to keep it
I
very simple.
I gotta think. I'm trying to like process and practice ways to do it more fluidly so that it comes out kind of even, and I'm just gonna cut it up and stop doing so much visual stuff. So I'm trying to do transitions, and adding text, and
Yeah.
and it takes forever. I mean, it must
When
have taken me 12 hours to make that last video.
Yeah, when I start doing more YouTube videos, and like it says, J Note is one of my YouTube channels as well. I'm thinking about eventually what that's going to be. When I get to it, let's just say it's going to be Paul Tassi level editing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Where
I
it's
wish I had
just
an intro as good
that's
as
me in
Paul's.
front of a camera. Like, I mean, I could do an intro, but that's all y'all gonna get. Like,
Yeah,
like I'm gonna keep it as simple as possible. Just simply for the fact that like I just enjoy talking to a lot of times, and maybe someday when I get an editor and all this stuff, we'll have bigger things.
yeah. Give us
But
like
the
12
next
years, we'll find an editor.
one of the next comments to sort of keep it rolling here. Alpha Silverback Man, he had said, to be fair, that is assassin in solos. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think this is about spamming. So like assassin gets spammed in
yeah,
solos.
yes,
Um,
yeah,
I,
but
I feel like I've seen a decent distribution, but I think it depends on your
there,
games.
yeah. Listen,
It's undeniable.
I poo pooed them. You know what I mean? That's all I gotta say. I poo poo. I got used to some invis guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've gotten duped. I have gotten duped. Okay, knife to the back, duped, and I walk past the man. But I've gotten more familiar with them. One of the things that I think really wasn't a huge part in the alpha was the sound cue. They upped the sound cue for when you enter
When he
in
procs it.
for the yeah, for as
Mm.
an enemy. I can hear that a lot more now.
Okay.
Um, and two, again, when you guys are going through solos, okay, you got to approach it slower anyway. It's like you're playing a stealth game. It's so much different. You're
No,
not
it's a
running,
totally different
sprinting.
experience.
You're not sprinting to the next. You're walking the next area. Somebody's like, "Oh, they call you marathon runners, and you move so slow." Listen, I don't want to be moving fast in solos. Okay, I want to move slow.
I'm trying to think if there was a time in trios since 1.0 where like an assassin turned invisible and like killed me, and I don't think
Yeah,
I see enough assassins for them to turn like kill me. Like
yeah,
it's so much different than it was earlier on in testing. Now solos, I fully believe they're still like out there spamming because it's it's an effective class. Like getting the jump on people is like the number one thing I think you can do to win a fight. Is getting the jump on somebody. So being invisible, even if it's only marginally useful, and they're looking at you, and it only works for like half a second. That's half a second where you get the shoot and the other guy didn't, right? So it is
yeah,
powerful. Um,
most definitely. Um,
Tally Shark here. I saw that he said Marathon of Destiny. He said Marathon. Um, but he asked favorite gun in Marathon. You go first because I actually just recorded mine.
Favorite gun?
Yeah,
Oh man, this is a tough one for me. Okay,
at
it's
least a
tough.
top two.
Wait, can I give top three? Okay, okay. Top two would have to be the V. That was the V77, right?
The Lookout,
The lookout, I think,
the
right?
the
Is the
semi
AR? No, the
no,
AR.
the Scar, the
The AR
V75
V
Scar, I think, or something like that.
yeah.
The
The
Scar.
AR with it takes green rounds. I'm sorry
Oh,
guys,
oh,
I'm
the
gonna have to play.
M77.
Yeah, M77. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that one and the bully. I have to like they're just
Really?
so much fun.
I
Listen,
think so. The Bully's good. I think.
yeah.
Um, I think it doesn't compete with the more expensive weapons in general.
Yeah.
But it's a great starter weapon. I think a great early
Yeah.
weapon.
It's a lot of fun. Like I said, I haven't gotten too deep. I will say this, I haven't gotten too deep with the super crazy stuff. I've used the snipers. I have a lot of fun with them. Believe it or not, I have fun with the LMG.
The
LMG is
LMGs
a
were
blast.
surprisingly fun in this game. They're actually pretty
Listen,
good. I was
not the
sleeping on them.
conquest. The conquest, get it out of my
No,
face.
but the
You know what I mean?
Retaliator and the
Retaliator and a
Demolitionist.
shield. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I've clutched so many freaking 1v3s rocking that thing.
yeah. I have as well. It's kind of
Um,
crazy how good it is.
it is phenomenal, right? Honestly, like I like a lot of like listen, the hard line can hit, man. It can hit.
Yeah,
If
and
you're
that's the
not
thing.
paying attention,
Everything I think is viable. It can
yeah,
work. They all have some kind of downside for the cheaper ones, at least. Like
yeah.
the hard line has I don't know. It's got like a low mag
Oh,
size. The overrun. So I learned why I hate the overrun. By the way,
I
I've
forgot my
learned.
favorite gun. I'll
You
tell
can
you
tell me in a
later.
sec. I learned why I hate the overrun, and this is important. I'm going
Yeah.
to make a video on this. There's a stat in the stat screen underneath accuracy called moving inaccuracy, which is a like multiplier for how bad your bloom is while you're moving.
Hmm.
And I guess it works while you're
Mm,
ADS.
yeah.
So the Scar, not the Scar, the M77 has like a 20% accuracy decrease while moving. The machine gun's like a 30%. Um, the SMG, like the bully, is like a one, which is 100%, which is high. No, no, it's
Yeah.
19%. Sorry, it's 19%.
Yeah.
The overrun is like 100% double the bloom if you
Yo.
are moving while you shoot it.
Yo.
So like you'll tap fire and it will go when you. And I was like, is that why this thing feels bad? Because I'm always moving. Like I'm always,
Yeah.
doing that while I'm
Yeah.
shooting.
No. Yeah,
And
you're not sitting still.
I learned the other gun that has that is the Impact HAR, the HAR, which I used once, and
Okay.
I was like, this thing should be disgusting. And I was like, why does this thing suck? And I think it's the exact same thing. I think it's just it blooms. So when I think I'm trying to hit headshots, it's actually going boop 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 and hitting body shots, and that just
Listen,
kind of wrecks
the
it.
hard line. Okay. And I haven't got to use it around it. I haven't touched it yet. But when I was using it in the alpha, dude,
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I got the hang of how to use that gun, and
yeah.
I shred with that gun, dude.
And I think if you get the hang of it, and I'm talking shit
Or
about
not
the
the hard
overrun.
line, the
Yeah, the
impact
horror.
HR.
I
Yeah,
think if you now that I know how this works, right, quote unquote,
yeah,
my imagination is if I stop moving when I shoot the overrun and the impact
hmm
horror, they should feel better if I
yeah,
stop and or crouch or something like that to
yeah,
make the accuracy better. But I didn't realize it was an accuracy issue, but apparently it's an accuracy issue.
yeah. No, that dude, that HR, I remember using it. It was so much fun because you're rocking heavy rounds, and it was difficult to get used to at first. I thought the same. I was like, dude, this gun sucks, and then I had a ton of time with it. And brother, no, I just remember the SMG.
The
Oh
copperhead, I have the schema for
yeah.
it.
Oh, I forgot, dude. That thing's amazing, brother. Oh, I love all these guns. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I would say probably top three is HR, the M77, and a bully. Those are guns that I just have fun with when I'm using.
My number one, I'll give you my top three. All right. Um, my favorite regular ammo weapon, like light ammo, heavy ammo, volt battery, is I don't want to say the Scar, but I'm thinking the Scar is coming to my mind. It might be the M77. Honestly,
Yeah,
M77 is really good,
I'm a
consistent,
yeah.
solid,
It's
has a
like an
scope.
M4.
Yeah, it's very very good. If it's not actually no, scratch that. Wrong. It's the burst rifle, the 3-round burst rifle. That's my
Oh,
number three.
God,
That's my favorite
that thing's
primary.
nasty.
Um,
I got a ton of those blue.
yeah, they're disgusting. Then it was the Waster. I don't know if it's still going to be the Waster after the nerf today. I haven't tried it out yet.
Yeah,
They made it so that the damage fall off starts much faster, which is kind of
yeah,
crazy how much range it had before. But we'll see how it feels. You know what I mean?
yeah,
The nice thing is it can still one tap up close. It's still a double tap, like super fast fire rate. So it has that for it. Um, so it might be the long shot in place of that. And my favorite is like the circuit breaker. It's disgusting. You get the schema from the battle pass, and you can find it in game. I think it's a gold schema. Um,
yeah.
15K charged up energy shotgun. Disgusting. It's so good. It's got so much range. I'm gonna make a video about it. I recorded that literally a video about if that thing is good or not, which is just me going, "This thing's the best gun I've ever had." Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I spent 15K, shot one guy with it, and went, "No, this is worth 15K." I'll tell you that much. So easily that might be my favorite gun in the game.
Yeah.
And we'll do this really quick, and then we'll move to the next thing because we are 1 hour and 30 minutes
Yeah.
in. Overrun needs more base ammo to make up for its accuracy. Got a 5 ammo buff earlier when you find more 30 rounds. I think originally it was 30 rounds base when we played in the alpha. Then they made the time to kill faster and they reduced how much ammo it had down to 20. 20 was dog water. I'm sorry. I know people that liked
Yeah.
the overrun with 20 rounds.
No.
Reconsider liking that. 25, I think, is an okay middle ground with a 5 or a green round, a green mag, giving you extra 5 to 30 is okay. I would prefer if it was just 30. I mean,
Yeah.
technically, you're supposed to be able to kill with 15 shots to the body or something like that. I think
Yeah.
um, it's too many in a 25 rounder. I don't know. Most
Yeah.
guns is half the mag to kill. I think, not counting
Yeah.
shotguns and snipers, but
Yeah.
I think the overrun needs an accuracy buff, a headshot multiplier buff, anything that's like actually remotely useful. Even 5 more bullets would be nice. But I always feel like I have to reload halfway through killing a guy. It's dumb.
Yeah.
It's lame.
Yeah,
Uh,
I I agree with you. The overrun's a tough one. To be honest, like I've picked up blue overruns with like blue attachments, right, and green, and
mhm.
I could do something with them. You know what I mean? It's not like completely useless, but you need the attachments for
I
it.
think part
You
of it's
need the
just the mag
mag.
size. It's
Yeah,
like,
you need the mag and the grip, right? Because you're
yeah,
talking about the accuracy. It makes more sense now why that thing just shoots so much better. Obviously, when you're using grip with any gun, but
yeah.
even that gun especially. And then in terms of the shotgun, I am happy for the nerf. One of the things that I was gonna like that just one thing I will say that angers me in any game, one shot weapons. No.
See, I
I
wanted the
don't
whole
like
game to be one shot weapons. I
I
wanted the
don't
Tarkov experience here. I
listen,
wanted I wanted the
I
overrun
don't
to one tap.
but that's if you're building a Tarkov, right? Like with
Yeah.
this game, it still has a sense of casual feel to it. So it's like I want to feel that the kill was earned. With snipers, you want a one shot. Hey, one shot headshot, it takes skill, right? As long as it's skill. Shotguns, trust me, man. You know what I mean? I could close my eyes and I'm getting kills left and right, you
Look,
know?
I'm just saying, I kind of like the shotguns being strong because they do
Yeah.
have a strong fall off. The maps are much bigger than like
Yeah.
we're using shotguns on outposts, and outpost is a small map. It's kind of made for
Yeah.
shotgunning, but
Yeah.
it still costs the amount of 6 bullies,
But
or
that's the
60
thing.
overruns.
It's like, I could use this gray, you know what I mean? This gray was the waster, right?
Yeah,
And I don't want to be, you know what I mean? I'm getting wrecked by a gray waster but it's from like a mile, you know what I mean? Super far
yeah.
away.
It had a little
So
bit too much range.
yeah, they had to bring the range closer. I've never been a fan of shotguns in video games, I'm not gonna lie. Just because a lot of times in PvP that is, it's like, one tap. I've always found it cheesy. Like COD, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
When I had to use it for meta, for the doof. If y'all played Warzone, you know.
I love shotguns.
Me, dude, I'm like, no, brother. But in this case, like again, I'm happy that they nerfed it into a degree and not into the ground. I'm not asking at least into the ground.
and
I'm
and
just
I
saying,
think it needed it because it was better, I think, than like the Mizraya, which is
yeah,
much rarer. But the Mizraya doesn't fire the follow up shot as fast, and it did less damage per shot than the Waster. So with the Waster would like two tap two people, like you shoot one guy with one barrel, down the other guy with the other barrel, and
yeah.
the guy with the Mizraya is still chambering his second shot because he didn't one shot you with a
Uh,
green shield, you know.
I have a funny
So
story.
yeah, is it about the
Yeah,
Mizraya?
yeah, no, the
Okay,
waster.
okay,
I went in. All right, we were in South Relay or North Relay. I think it was North. And there was a team. I was by myself. A
uh
team
huh.
rolled up. I hear them coming in up the stairs. I'm like, shoot. And I got a waster shotgun. And I says, you know what? I'm invincible. I open the door. I run in. I turn, boom, and this explosion goes off. And I'm like, oh no, ah, he threw a claymore. And then I hear a guy in the bathroom. I come in there, bam, one shotgun, one bullet to the face, and then I reload my gun.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
pull the shotgun out, I reload the gun. I only use one bullet. The guy that that was the first guy, I thought I shot him, but in reality, I was just reacting because I ran into the claymore and killed him with his own
He
claymore.
died to his own claymore. Incredible,
He was one tapped with his own claymore. I was like, "There's no
incredible.
way." This poor man was like planning a really great trap because I
I
had
think
no
it's
clue.
hilarious. The claymore does self
He's like
damage.
midway, just boom, exploded. It was like the funniest thing ever. But yeah, ultimately, I did kill the guy with the waster with one shot. It was fun. It was crazy, and he had green shield. The first guy, reason he died from Claymore, white shield. So be
I love
careful,
the
folks.
claymores are good in this game. I'm sorry, it's too funny. Let's hop over to no, we did a little bit of number overview already, but we'll touch on it
Yes,
really quickly.
yes, yeah.
Um,
We did number overview surprisingly.
yeah, so actually we might be able to just skip this because it's we can talk about the sales
Yeah,
chart real quick, which is that they're still pretty high up on sales. We checked earlier today, and by earlier today I mean literally in the pre-show when you guys are sitting here waiting for it to start. Um, and it is number seven in the U.S. still.
yeah.
Um, it just moved ahead of Resi Requiem. It was 8 when I looked earlier, so it moved up a little bit.
Yeah.
But worldwide, we're still 13, which is
Wow.
above Steam Deck, Arc Raiders, Ready or Not for whatever the time frame is globally, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so I think it's doing pretty well. I don't know how much money that actually translates to, but that seems to be doing well in terms of total revenue made. It seems to be doing well in player count, player retention so far. And then you have streaming viewership here, which I'm interested in.
Yeah. Streaming viewership. Oh my. I got to see where I saved my numbers. I don't know why I didn't put in the doc. It was, I want to say, oh gosh. Okay. So it was around like 100, it was like 128K day one.
28K. Okay, day one,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And we went from 500. You got to remember that. And it has been, if anything, actually, I'll check for you currently, current numbers.
I was gonna say, I wonder what it is right
Um,
now.
let's see. Category. Where's it at? Oh, I'm having trouble.
Mm,
Oh, it's at 17K. 17K. But it was,
17K, which is right behind IRL and Hearthstone, but ahead of Ready or Not, Demon Souls, Deadlock. More than Deadlock's kind of crazy.
yeah. So
PoE, Black
it's pretty
Ops,
decent.
Elden Ring's down there. That's crazy. Is it quiet
Wow.
time on Twitch right now? This feels like prime time. 9 p.m.
Yeah, yeah. So it's about 17K, but it was doing pretty good.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Oh,
There you go.
how about
I
now?
heard you now.
Oh, okay, my
You
bad.
said I heard it was
Um,
also I think Peanuts playing Arc right now with 40K. So I think if he came back
yeah,
and played Marathon right now, it would be 20K more. But Peanuts kind of
yeah,
carrying the whole Twitch ecosystem.
yeah, on his back right now.
Yeah, he
That's
is
why not
Twitch.
including YouTube is normally around the same, so it's like it's insane. But yeah, no, in the beginning it was doing like relatively well. 17K viewers, you know what I mean? A little slow on a weekday,
It's
but
about the same as everything else
yeah,
around it, and
yeah,
like doing all right. I think
yeah,
generally, where we are starting out as a new community, a new game. So typically, what's going to be happening is, Peanut is playing a lot of different games. He's going to be dragging his audience around to different places. Wherever he is, the viewership is going to be bloated. And then people like Cross, people like Shroud. Who else is playing the game? Was it? It wasn't Tfue. He played Destiny, I think. Um,
yeah,
Tim the Tatman. Tim plays a
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
So these people who have established audiences and big groups are coming in, and they're bloating the viewership on their channel on the marathon thing, and then people who are doing streaming marathon just in general are not garnering as much people. I think eventually what will happen is some of these people are going to move on to the next game. Peanut's going to be playing 8, 9 different games at a time. Shroud's going to move on to whatever the game comes out next week. Somebody's playing CS,
yeah,
and then we'll see probably in like another month or two, dedicated marathon Twitch streams be the main flow and interactivity on Twitch, and
yeah,
that's going we're going to see like a new, I don't want to say generation, but like a new regime of marathon Twitch
yeah,
streamers, and it's going to be Jake, number one.
yeah, yeah. The number one Karen, everybody.
But yeah, we're really early
Um,
in like the marathon community
yeah,
streaming network. So like people are making YouTube videos, people are making Twitch streams, people are doing all that stuff. It's gonna take some time.
yeah, most definitely. And well, we touched the numbers there.
Yeah,
We got
yeah.
to keep
Well, let's move on
going
to game
because we
critiques
normally do have two
because the
hours.
critiques are probably the longest part.
Yes.
It's like double the size of our
Oh
intro.
gosh, I know. And we're like, literally, if you guys would see our doc, like the smallest part was what we just went through
Yeah, the intro
was
was supposed to be
just
like 3 topics, four
numbers and
topics.
oh,
Whoopsies.
we can talk. Let me
It's
tell you.
okay. We
I
can kind of breeze through some of this stuff because it's
listen.
critiques.
Yeah, and we were really excited, right? And that's not including like we talked before this. It was crazy, guys. Okay, we just we're marathon centric.
We just blab.
Um, so let's get into critiques. A lot of them were some that I added because like I had so much stuff, right? One of
I
them
mean, a
was
lot
the
of this
negative
seems like
reaction
console stuff,
shotgun, and
and a lot of this
yeah,
is it's
yeah,
also stuff I think it's just major pain points. So you kind of brought up things that like,
yeah,
yeah, for sure,
yeah,
definitely an issue. If you want to start off with the first one, which is
yeah. The first one is let us select multiple things at once when selling.
now, do you
Like,
mean let me sell the entire stack at once, or let me
let
select
me,
the 9 different
yeah,
boxes of things I want to sell and bulk sell?
exactly. Let me
Because yeah,
select 9 different boxes,
okay.
please.
Add on to this. Can I please not have to hold the button for everything? I
Oh,
hate having to
yeah.
hold the
Give
button.
me a double tap. Give me a, you know what I
Or let me
mean?
just single tap it. Let the hold be an
Yeah,
accessibility thing. I'm
yeah,
confident. Or to make it just much shorter. Like, please.
yeah.
It
Or
takes so
at
long.
least like I gotta tap the button twice in terms of like I can hit sell and then are you sure? And then
Yeah,
same
give me
button
that.
if I
Yes, yes,
want
yeah.
to. Yeah, like because it is pretty bizarre. It is annoying to listen. I had to claim a bunch of stuff that I was forced to, couldn't fit in my stash, and I had to sell everything. And to do that one by one
It
was
takes
kind of crazy.
forever. And but like
Listen,
the menuing
totally.
works for moving things between your vault and your loadout or looting because there's you just click 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 click. Why is sell a hold? But America, explain. Explain.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
So if they can get that in order, please, please, please,
I would
please.
love to see that changed.
Oh, yeah. Not again, spending more hours with it. I have so many at this point, but like now it's like a reason it's part of the reason why I was able to give certain feedback for the game before, but then now it's like, okay, now this is super feedback because like now
You
this is
played
the
70
game.
hours. Yeah,
So, and I have like, 70 to 80 hours in the game, so I want to make sure that I am giving the best. So,
right.
yeah, let us sell multiple things. Now, the next one is console based. Console is locked to 60 FPS.
And
And
I want to really briefly tell you
yeah,
my computer is not super out of date. I got last touched it up in 2021 with a new processor and everything. I'm on Outpost at like 50 FPS on that map. And
holy.
I've got everything on low, like dirt cheap settings.
Yep.
And my CPU is not maxed, my graphics card is not maxed. I don't know what's up with the optimization. I think the game needs a little more optimization. I would love to
Yeah.
see them get it to 120 on console. I'd love to see
Yeah.
them get it to 144 on my PC. Now, I have seen other
Yeah.
people have like no problems with it. I don't know if maybe it's an AMD issue because I have an AMD processor, or
Yeah.
maybe it's just they can't get it to work on console and Outpost is just a crazy map. Um,
Yeah.
but I would like to
I'm
see the frame rates improved in general. I'm complaining about it on stream every time I
yeah.
stream.
I'm like at a solid 60, I think even on Outpost, surprisingly enough, for console. But again, like they had Destiny multiplayer at 120. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
feel the smoothness. And I think with the PvP game, it is definitely important. I know there's a lot of people, well, we only see in 24 FPS. Listen,
That's
when
a
I'm
lie.
playing
That's wrong. First of
multiplayer,
all,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
I mean, and that's the human eye, but we obviously can still understand and navigate that there's a such thing as 120 FPS and
Well,
higher.
first of all, we don't even see an FPS because FPS is a PC invention for computers.
Yeah. So, it is a little bit bizarre, like I said, and I want to see I want 120. I want 120. It feels smooth. The game's visually beautiful, and I want to feel like the game's a brand new game.
Yeah.
Listen, when I enter in Destiny multiplayer, I'm in love with like the map design, all the stuff, and I'm getting like fresh sights. And it's PvP again. I don't want to be dying to somebody because they were able to react faster than me on, the latest hardware. And again, they did it with Destiny.
Not
I know
sad it
they
was
can with
PC,
this.
but yeah.
I hope that they optimize that. That's one of those things that just it bugs me. Again, any PvP, especially an extraction shooter, I want at 120. That simple. Um, the next one,
Oh,
priority
priority contracts and
contracts
side contracts need to be at
and
least two.
inside.
So
Yes.
I've actually heard. I think I was talking about this with maybe it was Jake on stream the other day. Um, he doesn't. He thinks it would be too distracting to have multiple priority quests going on at once. And it might overload random fill trios. And I think let me have as many standard contracts as I want,
Yeah,
and just I'll do the one priority at a time. But
yeah,
let me have a couple of the standard ones, even if it's one
yeah.
priority, one side contract at least. I don't know. It's one at a time is rough. It's
Well, that yeah, and that's part of my note is like that's why I said priority and side contract. So like
yeah.
I really think that it should be let me do at least one and at least like another priority or a side, sorry.
Hmm.
So because yeah, it is distract because there's a lot of story element there too, and I think that I want the player to have some semblance of they're focusing on one story at a time.
Hmm.
But in terms of side contracts, it's like, listen, I can tell you all the Cyber Acme contracts. Like I have them memorized in my brain.
Yeah.
I want to be able to work on that on the side because, like I said, when you rank up to VIP, you're getting right a purple backpack. Let me work on my purple backpack while also building my new chloric, right?
Yeah.
Like maybe I want that running in the background for my stash or to at least sell it so I can get money and let me grind that out how I want to grind it out. But when you're sort of limiting me to like one thing, like it's tough. And sometimes listen, 25 minutes doesn't feel like enough. Like it goes by really
Oh, they're
quickly.
fast games.
So it does make sense, but at the same time, again, with Cyber Acme, I can do Cyber Acme while doing other contracts simultaneously.
Hmm.
Like there's no way like it's easy to find two loot crates and an ammo crate while I'm also let's say doing a priority Arachne contract or something
Yeah,
on
or
the
if you're just
side.
doing a
You know what I
regular
mean?
arachne contract, which is like kill three things, like yeah, okay, buddy,
Yeah.
I'll do that. Sure.
Yeah, like let me double up on these because especially like going into ranked now, it's like if I want to build my arsenal for ranked, I want the freedom to do so how I see fit, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still grinding it. Like I'm willing to grind it, but you gotta give us more freedom to
Only
do it.
being able to have one at a time feels like such a artificial limitation to me.
Yeah.
Where like normally just be like, okay, maybe you just limit how many quests are active from each
Yeah.
vendor at a time, priorities one at a time, and then you just have the standard ones. And the standard ones could be things like kill three things, and
Yeah.
whenever you kill three things, it's done. And
Yeah.
maybe it's and some of them are like, oh, exfil 9 pieces of fractal circuits, and it's like just let me turn in 9 fractal circuits. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
just take the 9 from me. Just I'd rather do that than have to go select it, and then my goal for the entire raid is only to find 9 fractal circuits.
Yeah. It's
But
it's a little bizarre. Just a little
yeah,
bizarre. The next thing we could
we're
kind of
gonna
skip
skip
over.
that one. But
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the needs duo mode,
Needs duo.
which I don't know if it needed, but I agree. I would like to see a duo mode. I think it sounds interesting. I think it would bring potentially some people out of the solo experience into a team experience,
Yeah.
and some people who may have been holding back because they had one person and not two. Now you have a duo mode instead of having to go duos in the trios. It's a new opportunity. I don't know that it's going to split the player base as much as it's going to make more people comfortable queuing at any given time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's more chill. Like, oh, we
Listen,
got two boys on. We don't need full three. We can go duos. You know,
listen,
and I love duoing.
I'm not sad. I'm more low key. I don't have a huge roster of friends that are interested in this game. It's just me
I
and
collect
like
friends
one
like
other
Infinity
friend.
Stones. You know.
Like I got like maybe three other friends that play this game, right? And only one of them's consistent, right? Where I'm consistently we're grinding, we're going through everything. And I predominantly that my stash, my leveling up has all been really done in duos more than trios. Like I'm playing duos more than that. So I would like okay, I would like the a proper duo. I'm so sick and tired of having to rely. We did Phil for so long, and
Hmm.
let me tell you, Phil is such a headache. It is driven me nuts to have to deal with a third person that is looting my kill right? They don't understand extraction etiquette. You get the kill you loot first, and then everybody else can loot it. Um, they don't necessarily want to wait. I had a guy, okay, he was playing a thief character. Go figure. We completed we found like those coordinates for like that stash
Yeah, the Mida
on perimeter.
coordinates. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy just left us while we're looting and hauler all together after we just wiped the team. He left us to then just go get the loot for himself, looted it all, and ran to the extract. And I'm like, yo, we're the ones who grabbed the card. Like, what do you what? And it's like, it's a we're on the same team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it was kind of bizarre, and so it's upsetting, or they leave without you and now we're just stuck, or they get into a fight when we weren't looking to fight, or there was an instance where we were calling out an enemy team. I'm pinging, so that way the guy knew what was going on, and he just straight up walks into the enemy team to position. I guess I don't know what he was doing. So it was
He's
just
got no headset on, you know?
it was very very bizarre. I did not
Oh,
enjoy
it's a
that.
coin toss. You know, you get somebody
Yeah.
that knows how to hold
So
W, or you get somebody that's its first day on Earth.
yeah, and
As
I'm
my
ready to
fiance
do
likes to say.
duo. I'll go in. I'll go into cryo in duo. I'll do
Yeah.
like everything duo. Like it's
Um,
okay.
but your prayers are answered, because tomorrow, Wednesday, like noon or something, maybe 10 a.m. Um, Duo mode is going into testing phase, where
Okay.
it's going to be its own selectable mode. You have to go and select it. On the map select, it's going to be on perimeter only, but there's going to be a
Yeah.
perimeter duo queue mode if you are in a stack of two people. Can't fill
Yeah.
it. You can't pull one random. Got to bring your own friend. Um,
Yeah.
they said expect possible bugs in something. I don't know what the bug could
Yeah.
be, but they said it's going to be in testing, so it's not perfect.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of other stipulations about it, but
Yeah.
generally it's duos only, perimeter only, 2 weeks testing, maybe extended, maybe make it faster, to see if they can work it out. But
Yeah.
it wasn't something they had from the start, so like they're just gonna give it a test, you
Yeah.
know.
I'm really hoping, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
if anything, it's like maybe limit some of the ads and then that's it, right? Like that's I think really all you really need to do, and figure out obviously the team in terms of like how many teams you spawn,
Mm-hmm.
given that it's
Yeah, the
duo.
team spawned is probably one
But
of the big ones.
like that's all I want though, man. Like, and I'll be that world's happiest dude. You know what I mean? Because I think
Most
too
happiest
a good
Blackbird
way,
baby.
yeah, and a good way to sort of mitigate, like you're saying, like okay, well, is it going to split the player base or not? It's like, listen, you have to bring a friend in order to play duo. You can't just sort of
Mm-hmm.
wing it and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play a duo just by myself on a random queue. I think that's a great mitigation for people just doing duo. You know what I
and
mean?
and I think people would be generally be happier in general if they got to play a dedicated duo queue with their friend, instead of trying to play with their friend and some random dude who's going and throwing the match for them in trios.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
it's
rough.
less
Like,
stress, and maybe that person who was solo, who was your solo fill, has one friend they can convince to play with them, you know. And
yeah,
then, trio queue fill is still going to be a thing. That's still going to be people doing that. But I think there's a large group of people who maybe have a friend, but they don't have two friends that are consistently playing, like you, and they really want to play the game. But now you're playing the game, we're just dealing with it.
yeah,
When I do a queue with Brendy, who is my hunt duo, and we duoed hunt since 2017, no 2019, and we've duoed into trios and hunt for the last like 5 years for funsies. Like duo into trio, we are used to. We do it all the time.
yeah,
But dedicated duos in this game would also be fun for us. We like playing in duos just because we have a teamwork that we've built up as friends, and bringing a third on there that's just random feels like I'm not going to babysit the guy.
yeah.
I don't want to
Listen,
watch him. And
chemistry is huge.
chemistry's huge. It's something I'm trying to teach Jake of how to play with a team. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
you can't play with.
I've been thinking about making a video about it, but I don't know yet. Because
Yeah,
Jake was always the last one alive with full health. And he's always like, "Am I doing something wrong? Am I the only one doing something right? Why am I always the last one alive?" I'm like, "You're doing something wrong, because me and Boundless killed two, and then we both went down, which means it was a 1v1. and we both shot the last guy, but you let him res. So where were you? Why are
Yeah,
you
yeah,
full health?
yeah. That's one of those things. It's like team chemistry is humongous, right? And I'm the same way. I have, I have my buddy Eugene,
Yeah,
and we had a chemistry for years, right? I've known this guy like 20 years
a
that
bit
we've
longer
been
than me and
gaming.
Brendan too. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 years since we were kids, and grew up together. And so we've played multiplayer games together, but we've never played an extraction shooter. And it's been a while since me and him have gamed together, actually, especially on something so competitive. And so it's understanding that chemistry and getting him used to what
Hmm.
is what does an extraction shooter play like? How does this game in particular play? But I have this one buddy, his name's Eric, that we were queuing up in freaking battle royale, like now us since 2019 as well.
Yeah.
But it was in COD. That's when we met. We met through COD and playing battle royale, and we're like, I know when I'm making a turn, this guy, I know he's gonna get this. He's gonna take this angle,
Right.
and we're gonna
You
sort
you
of.
have you have a built-in uh sense for where your partner is going to be, and this is something that I think is easier in duos than
Mhm.
trios.
Yeah,
You have a built-in knowledge of we're walking up to this building that we've walked up to a
yeah,
million times before. Eugene always goes top left, and he's going to go check out the top left
exactly.
floor because he always
Hmm.
walks through that door. And
Hmm.
you just, and then we get into a fight, and you're like, okay, he's going to go and play aggro. I'm going to hold back and watch his left or right because that's where people push him from all the
Exactly.
time. So,
Exactly.
and that's
No.
just generally how it goes, and it's really fun. I think
Yeah.
I find duos personally more intimate and enjoyable as an experience than trios or quads. Trios is
Yeah.
good. Don't get me wrong. I love trios. I'm glad that trios is the default mode in this game specifically because it does feel really balanced around trios. But I think I'm going to enjoy playing duos as well, and
Oh
I
yeah.
hope it is an
Yeah.
experience that I can opt into. You know, I
Listen,
hope it's
there's plenty
expanded.
of times where like my buddy he gets knocked and then it's just me and him. And like or he gets knocked, okay, it's just me. I can always get the two.
Hmm.
On my like literally always get the two no
Yeah,
matter the situation. It's the third that like will somehow he gets the best of me. And there's plenty of times where I've gotten the third, but I could always like I tell them I'm like at least 80% probably clutch a duo as opposed to a trio. It's going to be like maybe 30-40%. Like it's
yeah,
rough. You know what I mean? Like I'm more confident in handling a duo than what I am a trio. And same was that way for me for battle royale, or COD also was a little bit different where I could actually handle a trio.
yeah,
But a lot of times it's like duo was like I could turn my brain off like when I was playing just duos and not trios with like when we play ranked it was trio, right? And I know I could always get two guys, right? And then my teammate could always get the other. But in like when it was duo, dude, it was like easy mode for me. I run in and I'm just like, oh, there's only one other guy. Like
yeah,
I'm gonna go aggro. But even going back to chemistry, yeah, I think that's something that players don't really realize the importance of. You everybody has their quirks too. Like at some point, like I'm sure when me and Sato even play more together, you'll start to learn my quirks, my strengths,
yeah, and
and
that's something that'll happen.
how to like be an IGL for your teammate. And like, you know what I mean?
You know
Like
what
I
you know
know
what they normally think about. So I'll know
exactly.
what you aren't paying attention to,
Yeah.
and I can call it out to you, and then you'll make the call out for me that I'm not paying attention to, right?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I'm bad at rotations, and
Oh,
I already can already tell you pay more attention to. Oh, these guys are going this way. We should rotate this way. Those are the call outs
yeah.
that I always need because I'm very much I can go through a building and I can clear a
Yeah.
building like nobody's business. But I also what's the word? My fiance would say obstinate, which is I will hold W at the other guy no matter how far he runs,
Yeah.
and
No,
that's not
no,
always
no.
the right answer. But I'll
That's not
chase him
me.
down.
I know when to rein the team in, and I know when to say, "Hey guys, like if we sit here fighting in this position, I don't like it that long. Let's move to here, right?" And that's when we start sort of doing that rotation. And a lot of that came from playing battle royale games. I was always paying attention to zone and zone pattern. So like when you played COD enough, like you would think it's random. It's not. Like you could start guessing around where the zone's gonna go,
Yeah.
and you want to know where you're gonna rotate next. I still play ranked like Fort Nuggets. You know what I mean? And when we're playing through that ranked, like we're like I'm always ahead of where the zone's gonna go next, right? Because it's like I'd rather not get caught in a mountainside fighting
Hmm.
this whole team down here when if I could get in this little shack that has a bit of cover, but we're gonna now have the rotation where all these teams are pushing, right?
Yeah.
So like there's it is always super important. So now when getting into this game, it's important to not get too heavily into a fight.
Yep.
Know when we're overextending and
Know
say,
when to
"Hey
back
guys, let's
up
rein
and
it in."
pop some heals, hold
Yeah,
the
and let's
angle.
reposition and get
Yeah.
different angles before we,
Like they're
get into
trapped in
these.
that building, back out, put a claymore down, and we'll
And again, a huge part of me in the beginning of this podcast, where I was talking about I want to learn the map, and that's a big part of me learning the map because I know where I want to tell my guys to rotate, right?
hmm
And I know too, again, part of team chemistry. If you're a good range player, and I know you're gonna hit your shots with the sniper, I'm like, yo, you should probably get up there. I'm gonna hit here,
You
you
go
hit
up there,
there.
watch that way. I'm gonna watch
Yeah,
the short here because I have the SMG. I'm gonna watch the short angle, and they're
exactly.
gonna come and flank you and think they're gonna drop on you, but I'm gonna get them. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff that
Exactly.
is important in team play.
Yep.
And that's all in trios, but it's much harder to learn that in a group of three. I think.
Yeah,
Like
and
with
we're
one person,
random.
it's easier. Well, yeah, it's impossible with randoms, but with a duo, because normally so here's my thing: when I play with randoms, right? Since I don't know who they are, what they're doing, and I can't expect them to understand the grand concept of strategy. My strategy for playing with the random is to follow the random around and do whatever the random thinks is he wants to do,
Yep.
because it's better to do the stupid thing together than the right thing separately. And that's I think I said that in one of my recent videos,
Yeah.
a survival video today. Um, if
Yeah. No.
and if you learn to play in duos, you'll learn how to play with one person, and you'll realize that you can kind of adapt that, and you'll learn how to play off of others more.
I kind of like the idea of team chemistry, and I would love to tag in with that. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I could sit here, dude. I have all the archetypes of gamers in terms of like, because I
You
learned
got
it
a
a lot when I was
filing
playing
cabinet?
Battle. Dude, I used to run with a squad of four in
Yeah.
Battle Royale nonstop, and I got to learn with the importance of team chemistry through that. 'Cause I would play multiplayer very casually, and then I started upping my game when I got into Battle Royale and getting more competitive in the way that I played. And dude, like tell you know what I mean? Say the word. I think it would be a really fun video for us to get into and sort of break down those archetypes and stuff.
It could be pretty interesting,
Um,
but it'd be a
yeah,
really big one.
maybe that you know what I mean. You know, we gotta definitely talk about that
I'm
off
I'm
stream.
trying to quit editing so much. Not
I know, but now I'm thinking of so much, dude. Well, we can brainstorm of like, what can keep it simple. Maybe we just use your whiteboard as we're like
we'll use the
talking about the
whiteboard, and then
archetypes.
you can do
Yeah.
voice acting for each one and give them a different.
It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun
Yeah,
because
for
I have
sure.
so much experience playing with so many people too, and I'm very passionate about chemistry. But keeping the talk about chemistry, right? Keeping us moving
Keeping
along.
us going.
Um, we want to talk next. Oh, better mastery skins. Let me tell you.
Are you
Okay.
thinking like the skins you get for doing the master challenges for like each
Mastery
runner?
challenges.
Like
I'm
the
talking about when we get to that sort of level. I mean, because it's very grindy, to
yeah,
get
yeah,
there. Like, you really have to play a character, get intimate with that character before getting those challenges. And if you're not like really focusing it, like I got all my recon challenges just by playing recon. I wasn't really paying attention
yeah.
until I did, and then now I can't get out of
Now
my
you can't do
head.
it because you keep forgetting it.
But but like the mastery skins, I wish they were like different, unique sort of helmet styles. You know
Because
what I
they're kind of just
mean?
blacked out right now. Just
Yeah,
like
I like the colors. I don't have a I don't really I mean, I don't really hate the colors. I
yeah,
mean, it'd be kind of cool, a little bit more decal, with the
it's
minty
kind of like
green.
okay, nice, but it's not like
But
wow,
it
whoa.
Yeah, Yeah, it's just average, and I really wish that it was like, oh, this looks sick because this recon, like, a completely different helmet, or Locust looks completely different, or Vandal, right? Like, make it worth me feeling like, oh, let me show this off.
Yeah.
Especially if it's, I don't know if they're gonna do this, but if it changes every season, that would be really cool to like maybe every season we get a unique look. But
I don't think it does because I think the codex they said
yeah,
doesn't reset.
okay,
So
okay.
unless they
Well
add new
then,
challenges and the new one has its own
yeah,
skin,
maybe add
that
new
because they could do
challenges
that.
or just update these. That's all I say.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
because it's a mastery, I want to feel unique and I want to feel like, yeah, I'm
I
a
want
pro
dark
at
matter.
recon.
Give me
Yeah,
dark matter,
yeah, like
Vandal.
I'm a pro at recon. Look, this is, and I want to wear it with pride, and not be like, yeah, it's just a color,
Yeah,
you know.
I want Justin to walk around the corner on recon. Like, hang on, I'm sneaking around, and he's glowing purple, and it's got laser lights coming off, and
Yeah,
it's,
something crazy.
yeah.
Um,
I would like just
probably
more interesting skins.
now the next one was updated.
Yeah. So, so Justin put that Battle Pass should have at least one more character skin. Um, so Bungie last week, I think, they had a Twitter
Mhm.
post where they talked about. I think I made a video about it for the patch notes. Um, they are doing a recon skin, and then it was Void and
It's a skin
somebody
for I
else.
think all of them
Was it all of them? I thought it
actually.
was like three or four.
I got an image. Let me
Um,
see.
let's see if I can pull the tweet. But they had a couple of skins going up that they're going to put up part way through the season. So we're going to be seeing them kind of
I know.
around mid-April.
Yeah,
And
it's Thief. Sorry to interrupt. It's Thief, Locust, Recon, and Void.
okay. And then we should be
Yeah,
getting weapon skins and some more what's it called? Emblems and stickers, I think, are going to be coming as well. They're just going to add them in as extra
which
stuff
is
that you can
cool.
get. And then they are also going to be adding the Arachne kit skins. So
Yeah,
the Arachne sponsor kits,
yeah.
because somehow it didn't make it to the game. I don't know what happened, but it is what it is. I'll just have to buy another Arachne kit, make it
Yeah,
work.
that's gonna be really cool. I'm excited to I mean they have free kits too with Arachne, so that's really
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. Just you're gonna have to wait for it to show up again. Yeah.
Yeah, that was me with Traxxas for a while. I was like, are we ever gonna get Traxxas?
Where's my Trexus
So
skin?
yeah, I'm happy that they did that update. Another thing that it was like kind of a sub point to that was like I was checking the pricing, the store. What does it feel like? What does it look like? And this was in my first like 24 hours that I played. I was like, man, like the skins are at the time were like 15 bucks. Like one thing I'll say, it's not just bundles. You can do bundles or you can do individual items from the bundle, which is really cool.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So when I looked at the character skins, I was like, wait a minute, why is it that like it's 15 bucks for like just one character skin? I think that's a bit bizarre. I wish it was 10, because they give you 1,100, but that was it. And the bundle or not the bundle, but the character skin costed 1,000 like 120. And it was just
Yeah.
like, are you kidding me? Just 20 cent. But they literally the next day did an update and said, "Oh, hey guys, we're gonna in our next update, we're gonna add the 20 cents for everybody, and we're gonna give you 20 back as well if you bought for individual." And I thought that was amazing. That made me really happy. It way more affordable, in line with something like, Fortnite and all these other sort of games with live service.
Yeah.
I'm okay spending 10 bucks for a skin because right, I could be frugal, and if I see one I really like, I'm gonna buy it. Like I bought the Recon one, of course, because I
Yeah.
thought it was amazing, right? And the Locust one's really cool, but I don't really run Locust all the time. See, so now it's like more affordable and more justified for me
Yeah.
paying 10 bucks as opposed to 15.
Now, me personally, I don't really buy skins in microtransaction stores. I haven't done it since Call of Duty Ghosts when they had Snoop Dogg as an announcer, and I never did it again. But I
Yeah.
mean, every now and then, depending on how long I play the game, if we're playing the game a year from now, maybe I'll drop $10 as like continued support kind of thing. So like I do that for Hunt. Like Hunt doesn't have a consistent fee to play or anything, right? But because I've been playing Hunt so long, every couple of months, maybe once a year, if I'm playing, I'll buy one of the DLC skins and just be like,
Yeah.
here's $10. Thank you. Keep giving me more game, please. But generally, I ain't super concerned with what they're pushing. I'm just not super into microtransactions in general.
Yeah. Am I back? Am I back?
You are back. You are back.
Okay, I was lagging for a sec, so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
So in terms of I guess keeping it, yeah, microtransactions, if you want to support. If you don't, hey, no big deal. You know what I mean? I'm always one of those. I'm happy that they added those free skins. Awesome. Moving along. The next point. Overcharged armor when filled already. I don't know if you've experienced this. I had full shield. I accidentally hit the button and don't cancel the shield, and now I wasted a whole shield.
Yes. That has happened to me. I actually don't think I've done it fully. I've managed to always cancel it. But yes.
It is the worst. They need to just like don't let me kind of go through that. I thought that was just absolutely nuts. So yeah, that's one of those things that they for sure need to change. Okay, we have no cameras. um,
Whoops.
uh,
I don't know what just happened there.
technical difficulties will be okay. Thank you.
It's weird.
um,
It wasn't a problem before.
we can keep running in the
It
meantime.
just whoops.
Yeah, so the overcharging of shields, yeah, was absolutely unequivocally, oh, we're back. Unequivocally bizarre. Okay. I don't know. Because like when you have like your normal med, it doesn't overcharge like your normal meds, but for your shield it did. I didn't really like that. Um then next I think was this one. These two are yours,
Hang on,
actually.
I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it broke. I can't. There we go. I was like, I can't. I lost the text here. Yeah. So weapon inaccuracy we talked about earlier. I put it in here to
Yeah.
complain about
Okay.
that. Moving inaccuracy I just think is weird to have. Now on the snipers or the shotguns or the railguns, sure, because they one shot. I think
Yeah.
moving inaccuracy on the one shot guns makes sense.
Yeah.
The overrun, the overrun, Bungie. Come on. You're gonna give
It's
me
ready, dude.
bad moving
You
inaccuracy
gotta
on
make
the
it more, dude.
M77. The I mean, it's bloom is all it is, right? The same way
Yeah.
it changes when you hip fire, it affects it when you're ADS as well. I don't like it. I wanted that reduced greatly, probably. Um,
Yeah.
I think most guns that aren't the overrun and the horror are pretty decent. So even if they want them to be worse, I feel like maybe take it down to a 50% instead of 100%, because the next highest is like 30. Like the machine guns are 30. So
Yeah.
like make them a 50 if you're gonna make them bad. If that's gonna be their gimmick. Um,
I agree.
I would like it to be functional. And the last one I have here is just that gear should sell for more. I've been saying this since the start. I think the economy is kind of rude. It's kind of mean. Um,
Yeah.
I believe the most common conversion rate that I've seen is 1/5. So typically, if you buy a gun, it sells for at most 1/5 of the value. If you're taking guns off people in a raid, it typically sells for 1/5 of the value that they would have paid to buy it. There are exceptions. Attachments are kind of different. Um, Meds are, I think, actually exactly that. Um,
Yeah.
but the tack sidearm and the volt thrower are half because they're already only $50.
Jeez.
So I would prefer like most things in the game to sell at maybe I prefer half value, maybe a third if you want to be rough, because it makes it wonky to try to decide if to take somebody's gun. Where you're like, wow, that's a really expensive gun. Too bad it sells for less than my one stack of green items. You know,
Yeah.
um, I think money's not super powerful in this game. There are limits on what you can buy every day. You have to get the schemas to get a lot of items. Um, Surviving in solos is not super easy. Trios is easy, and if you're on like a really good trio team, but like at that point, does it matter how much money you make off of somebody's gun? You know, because you're already just leaving with a bunch of golds and purples, anyways. But I think in general, equipment should sell for more so that people who are starting out and are fresher and are picking up guns and gear and kits, and you start getting ready to buy your own kits when you're selling the guns that you have that are excess. If you were going to sell your bullies, instead of selling them for $200, they'd sell for 500, which is like
Yeah.
real a good conversion. It feels a lot better if you're like trying to save space and be space conscious. If you're like, okay, I've got like 20 bullies, and I don't need all these bullies. I like the bully. I have other stuff to run for now. I'm gonna sell my 20 bullies for $10,000, which means I can buy 10 bullies later, and I'll still be fine. And whether you end up buying them or not, it is a better proposition for saving space. And I think it's more player friendly. I think a lot of players would probably extract with more guns and more equipment if it's sold for anything. If it's sold for anything more than pittance, like you get a shotgun that's 6K and it sells for 1K. You're like, okay, buddy.
To piggyback kind of off what you're saying too is like one thing that I remember in Tarkov, for example, is like the idea that you can strip a gun and the attachments sometimes sell for quite a bit,
Sometimes more than the
you
gun.
know. Yeah, and I think that having that layer of economy and just in general like a something to be a little bit more tactile with, right? Like a little feature.
Yeah.
I think that that's fun, right? Like I enjoy, like again, I don't think we really went through tips and stuff, but we could always save that for definitely another episode. But one of the things is like I'm always stripping weapons, for parts that I really like, and that I'm
I'm
like,
always
oh, I
checking.
got this
Yeah.
gun in my stash. I'm taking this and I'm gonna put it on this gun instead. And I like, by the way, a mini tip, if you didn't know, hit Y to if you're on controller, PlayStation or Xbox, it's Y or triangle on a weapon to inspect it, and then from there
V on
it brings up
PC.
the yeah, it brings up the attachment, and then from there you can pull attachments.
Does a
S-
workbench? It works out
Yeah,
of raid. Does not work in raid.
yeah, yeah. Unfortunately.
But you can quick equip from your
Yeah,
vault.
but yeah, from your vault, and it's so much easier to go through all your attachments that way rather than pulling it from your backpack and everything.
Yeah.
But
Also,
it's
new
one of the
update.
things that, yeah,
You can now click and drag attachments off
well,
in
yeah,
the
that's
inventory screen instead of having
it's
to
amazing.
hold button to send to vault to then go grab the thing. You can take it off, put it in your
Yeah,
backpack. So what I was doing today on Rook runs when I found a gun that had attachments on it I wanted, I would take the gun, equip it, rip the attachments off, throw the gun on the floor, and leave it.
yeah,
So I was doing that.
and so that sort of level of being able to do that and actually sell your attachments, I think would be really cool.
Hmm.
But kind of gets into, maybe what we want for the game. Okay,
Yeah. So
what would we want?
we're gonna talk really quick about the future, what we want in the future. A little bit of this stuff is stuff we have kind of touched on previously.
Yeah, at some
Um,
point. Yeah.
so a little bit of it we can kind of go just past a bit, but um, starting off with the full customization, which I think we've talked about a
Yes.
lot. Um,
Yes, at great length.
but
But we want it.
we want it. We want runner customization. We want the full customization of the arms, the legs, the chest piece, the color
Yeah.
scheme of each. Like we had it. We Destiny has customization
Yeah.
system. Just port it over and have the silhouettes be the silhouettes of the runners. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
give us a couple
Yep.
head options for, and it doesn't have to be a ton, but let us mix
Hmm.
and match them at least, and maybe
I
like
agree.
four each would be enough.
I agree. I
That's all
I
I
think
want.
that I think it'd be like really awesome to see, man. Like I said, we always wanted to. One of the things that sold me was the idea that, and one thing that I expect with extraction shooters, is the fact that I'm going to get into I get to customize my character from Tarkov to like just almost every extraction shooter. I get to make my character look the way that I want, and self-expression is huge. ultimately, I would love a one runner system at the end of the day, because it
Yeah.
is really cool in an extraction shooter to sort of enter in the, how would you say, the mode, right? And you don't know who has what, right?
Yeah,
That
I think
that
it's
is
much more
always
interesting as a
an
loot
intense.
perspective
Hmm.
if you were looting Thief Grapple and you looted Recon's ultimate,
Yeah,
you loot the
which was the
passives.
original vision,
As
and
far as we
I
know.
yeah, as far as it was leaked, the Tom Henderson
Yeah.
article, you could look it up if you want to look it up. That was one of the first leaks way back in the day. He talked about, looting an ability that made you a lot quieter for the implants when you're running
They
into
I think
water
they talked about the
or
X-ray visor too. I think that was one of
Mhm.
the things that used to be a
Exactly.
lootable.
Well, it's supposed to be like a night vision, but
Hmm.
that night vision adds a perk that you can actually highlight somebody in the dark.
Yeah.
So it was like really sick, and I would love to return to that form at some point. I know it's super crazy, whatever, but in the meantime, what we could have is keeping the similar runner silhouettes like we're seeing already, right? Where Legion has, yeah, he's or
Legion.
Locust has
Uh,
different, yeah,
uh,
Locust has different headpieces on some of his styles. I
yes.
want to be able to put that on whatever section. Let us unlock the color like a mastery color, but now I can change out all the pieces
Yeah.
from the vest, whatever I want to make my runner look like how I want it to look, but keep the similar headpiece or keep
Hmm.
this similar armor styles for Locust where they're buff, or maybe, just jackets for Thief, right?
Yeah.
But I want to be a male or female. I want to have like this pale white skin, or be, like average, maybe
I
brown
want to make
skin.
Zavala.
Yeah,
let
or I want Zavala, right?
me
I
make
want to be
something.
able to express myself or have these cool decal tats on my character. So when I
Yeah.
open up, Blackbird's mask, you have all these cool, unique decals. Like, give me that. I would love that. I hope that we eventually get there, because I think that's a happy median. If we're not going to get the original just one runner, well, okay, well, then give us this level of customization. I will still buy the packs and whatever you want if you want
Like,
to attach cool packs to it. Trust me, I'm not one that's shy of getting stuff from a store, especially when I'm going to put a ton of time into the game. I want to look cool,
yeah.
you know? Um, One thing that this one is something you talked about, and I made sure to add it to notes.
Yes.
Multiple abilities for one runner, sub
Yeah.
abilities,
So
kind of
so
we've seen this.
this is kind of something that I've originally thought the class system would have built in, which is like you can play like Battlefield or other class-based games that I definitely know of, Dark and Darker, and some other
Delta.
ones. No, Delta's more of a hero shooter, I think.
Yeah,
Um, but they have the option to switch out your main ability or utility with another thing that's like also still class exclusive, but they're mutually exclusive. You can only take one or the other. So like in Battlefield, you can take either the defibs or you can take the heal crate. You know, or if you're playing the demolitionist, you can take a rocket launcher or a repair tool or C4 or mines.
yeah.
I would like to see Thief, Locust, all these characters get alternate ability sets. So maybe Locust has the barricade or a wrist rocket. Watch those wrist rockets.
That'd be
Um,
cool.
and then maybe Thief gets her grapple hook, or I don't know, caltrops. I don't know. I wasn't really thinking
Well,
about anything
yeah.
really
Well,
before, but
maybe something that's like an extra scanning ability. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, or maybe you give up her drone and you get a more traditional stealth item, like her ultimate could then be leaning into invisibility in the way that Void does. Instead
yeah.
of being more of a recon, she can become more of a stealth because it's
Well,
still
she
kind
does
of
have a
thiefy.
legendary shell, to be fair, that turns
So it
her
turns her
invisible.
invisible. But what
Yeah,
if her
when
alternate
she's in her
ability?
drone, though. Yeah,
Right. But what if her alternate ability made her invisible while she's doing something else? I don't know.
yeah,
Look, there's a million ways you could think about doing things, but I would like
yeah.
to have at least one alternate option for each runner to have some kind of customization that people can have to make their own
Yeah.
build and utility set. Because I think, and we didn't really talk about this before, but I think this is one of the strong points of the game. In general, I find that most fights, most people aren't spamming abilities. Very rarely do I run into a runner or a team that's pressing all their ability buttons at once and winning, or they're not even
Yeah.
trying to do that. Most people are holding their abilities, like you said, you're holding it for even for your second fight, not even using it in the first fight.
Yeah.
You're waiting for the second fight. But a lot of people are like, I am not going to sit here and press the wall hack button because I'm getting shot right now, and that's going to take 5 seconds for me to proc the wall hack. I'm just going to shoot the guy. I'm not going to sit here and put my gun away. I don't have the time, you know?
Yeah.
Destroyers aren't popping their shields because they're like, I don't have time to pop the shield. I got to shoot.
Yeah.
And I think the game, it makes it so that it doesn't feel the way the Apex feels sometimes, or some other hero shooters, right? Where people are like, fireball, 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 magic missile, magic
Yeah.
missile. Now that's me with my flechette grenades, but you're not getting like a million invis back to back to back to back. You know, they're not infinite wall hacks. It's not the tracker drones coming in every 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Um, it's much more tame, and people are much more hesitant to use them for the most part because the cooldowns are very long. It's a big commitment to
Yeah.
put your gun away, and the TTK is very fast. So I
Yeah.
think having a little bit of flexibility in what your abilities could be is not detrimental. Like maybe I don't know if you have the grapple hook or if you have caltrips, but I know that you're a thief, and I know that I'm going to be on the lookout for what you have. But the odds
Yeah.
are you might not be able to pop either, anyways. You know,
Yeah.
maybe you set
Yeah.
up
No.
early with that, but
I agree. I want to see more mix and match. And like I said, part of an extraction shooter is like, I'm okay to a degree with like being able, okay, that's a recon. I know not to ping her, right? I tell everybody, I just seen a recon. I'm not gonna ping. I'm so sorry, right? Like they're southwest or whatever, right? I'm normally anyway using the compass. Um, so in that regard, it's like I want that layer of intensity where I don't know who I'm fighting or like what to expect.
right,
That to me is always interesting, right? I'm not playing a battle royale where I want to know that information. I'm playing an extraction shooter where a part of the fear is from, oh my goodness, I got all this good loot and I don't know what's coming my way.
what if this guy has
And
7 fucking frag grenades and he just,
yeah.
you know,
You know what I mean? Like if you're playing like Apex, right? You're like, "Oh, okay, I want to know how to push that guy." Because the objective for a battle royale is to eliminate said players to
right,
get the win. And for this, it's not a free for all. It's we don't have to eliminate players for the win. It's about getting out. There's several ways that we could win, so to speak.
right,
And that's why I think that I don't necessarily need that information. It's nice to have, but I would hope that we lean more away from that and where I'm curious as to, well, he could be running his drone that he throws that could track me, or he could be running this palm scan where he can scan like a
he
smaller
he
meter
slaps the
away.
wall and he says, "That's not going anywhere." And when he hits it, it sends a pulse.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah,
Or like a stationary, you know what I mean? Some stationary pulse, whatever that could be, whatever that ability looks like. I don't know what is going to happen with that fight.
yeah. You got to be on your
So
toes.
yeah, there's several options. So I agree with you. I think that having that is just important. And if this is something that we could unlock, maybe, right? Like via we're grinding these characters, it adds that level of intimacy with the character
Yep.
that I need to get this character to a certain like level in order to have that ability, right? You could also do it that way, or if you want, just give it off the rip, right?
Yeah.
Um,
But
which would
I'd like
be,
to see that
you
be
know,
something, and I think that's easier to do than to just make all new runners.
yeah,
Make all new runners that are totally unique and don't step on the toes of the other characters will eventually get hard. I would like to
yeah.
see this as like an alternative to further muddling how many characters you have to remember.
Um, which would then probably kind of like, I guess we could lead into our next thing, which I briefly touched on
Yeah, you
already, is
talked about
the night mode.
flashlights.
And having a flashlight, think about a flashlight system that works like Halo 1, where it had the bar where it only lasted a certain amount. So that way you use your light a little bit more sparingly, right?
Hmm.
And it gives you that layer of, okay, I can't just leave my flashlight on. I could see everything. It's like, okay, I'm gonna save this for dark moments when like I can't see anything and I want to catch a player off guard. I think that would be a really cool and interesting way about sort of going, about that particular engagements, as well as, again, it keeps it from just making it too easy where I just leave the flashlight on, it stays on, I can run and see everything. It's like, turn on, let me loot a little bit. Okay, actually I'm going to turn this off. And so it has that level of, I guess, maintenance, right, that you're
Intention
you're
to it.
working with.
Yeah.
Yeah, some intention.
And that goes with having
um
night mode in all the maps, like I said earlier. So
yeah, one of our other points we could probably skip through, the next one, the four enemies, right? I want to see all of them. Okay.
I don't know if you saw, um, there is a new loot item in the codex called it was like compiler sample,
Yeah,
and you get from killing a compiler. It's gold. It's a gold
yeah,
resource. It's our only gold resource, or not? Not only. It's our only gold, whatever it is. It's its own unique thing in its own tree. Um,
yeah. I
I'm
mean,
excited. I want to go beat some compilers up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Give
no,
us
I
more.
mean, yeah, I want more though. I love the
Yeah.
compilers and I want them to feel scary,
Yes. And we
but
are
let's
very
be
early in the
honest.
game. I know.
Normally too, those compilers were they were the grunts, so to speak. You know what I mean? You were able to still get through. I mean, the part that was like very vicious about them was, I noticed when there's multiple of them, you're getting wrecked, right? But I want it to feel scary, so I'm glad it does. But I also, these four, like you got the enforcers, you got like so many insane amounts of alien types that I just can't wait to get to. And I
Yeah.
hope they don't listen. I'm okay with rolling it out bit by bit because they already talked about, like, if you pay attention to priority stories and the spoilers, uh, but they
Go ahead.
talk about how there's possible compilers already on Outpost and several of other
Well,
maps in
I
Sim
would have
City.
bet that a million
Yeah,
dollars. You know.
but that they haven't been able to find them because when you kill them, when they're trying to get samples, they disintegrate into the static, right? And
Yeah.
so that's like an interesting layer to this game. So I can't wait to start seeing them pop throughout.
Yes.
But
I
I
would like to
don't
see
want
much
to
more.
wait like 4 seasons and I only get one enemy type, one enemy. You know what I mean? Oh, I get a four enforcer, and then the next one I get like the other four. That has like the rocket, right? It's like, no, I kind of want these to, like, I want it to hit me. But now the Drenial, which is like this huge hulking like alien, you guys can
Yeah, the
look
big
that
one that
up.
goes
That
the
one,
meaty
hey,
guy.
save that for a little bit later, right? Or save those bigger guys. There's a Juggernaut in the game
Man, give
that's,
us the grunts, the little dudes with the
yeah.
sticks. Just slap
Oh
those,
yeah.
some compilers, and like one other
Use
of
a couple of
their
guns
ones.
too from them.
True, but like drop those all at once and just let them like either invade the
Yeah.
maps or be present on all the maps in some way.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
honestly, give us like a way that they could maybe even be fighting the UESC guys.
Yeah.
That'd be
Oh,
so cool, you know?
that's probably one thing I want to like slide in there too. I want, and people are gonna hate me, even though, listen, I did the test. I'm Sekaguchi, okay? I don't know if you did the test.
You're
I did the
Sakaguchi.
test. They have a test to see what faction you're really a part of. I'm a Sekaguchi man. I hate to
Okay.
brag. You know what I mean? Um, there's a couple things I want to touch on. Well, first things first. I want to play UESC. I want that as a faction. I love the UESC. People might hate me for this, but I'm a UESC fan, okay? We wouldn't have gotten the security guard without the UESC, okay? We wouldn't have gotten the marathon without the UESC. I want to play for that faction, and I want to play that operator that I saw in the trailer. That was a UESC operator, of which, by the way, and I know I'm
Oh,
talking
I don't know.
fast here.
Have we talked about that being like on the
They
art for the teaser for next season?
they showed the outline,
So
and when you really look, it's him.
is
And it's not the same image from the trailer. This is a
no,
whole
it's
new
a unique
image.
one. So
So,
I'm thinking that might be what it is, and I also kind of wonder if it is a UESC runner, if maybe Rook was a beta type for that thing, and maybe
oh
that
my
is like a
gosh,
new, the updated like full Rook
brother!
1.0,
If
you
it's a
know?
UESC runner, okay, bye bye Blackbird. Okay, this is
Because
my new favorite.
but here's the thing: is it not feasible that potentially what might happen this season is that we get to this the marathon, and we're fighting the compilers and stuff, and the UESC goes, okay, you can help us out. We'll work together on some of these alien things, right? And then
Well,
season two kind of goes deeper into that. Is that not a potential?
no, that is a potential because you have what is his name? Orion, the
Yeah,
UESC
AI.
AI. He's been talking to you. He's like, "Hey, yo, don't mess with Mida. Mida's crazy," which they are, guys. Anyway,
Hey, you leave
I know you
Gantry
all
alone.
think it's cool, okay, but
You
they're
leave
terrorists, like
underscore
literally.
Gantry alone, okay?
Get Gantry out of here.
Sorry,
But
his
you
full name is
have
underscore Gantry.
he's always talking against Maida, and then he
Yes.
also talks against a little bit of Sekaguchi, okay?
Ooh, he doesn't like the
And
worm.
you know what I mean? He's sort of slowly working with you in certain instances where he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm gonna level with you. The people you working for really aren't the best." And so I think that is heavily a potential. I would be super excited. Again, I'm disappointed that faction wise I wasn't chosen to be UESC. But hey, Sekaguchi are smart, they got all the I think I posted on Twitter, check it out there. But yeah, dude, I really want to play UESC, man. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
gonna be spectacular. And I mean, we're already talking about they're already one of the things that I was one second thing I want to talk about was in Sekaguchi's storyline. They're talking about several things, actually, maybe three things. Okay. Um, but they're
We're
talking
actually talking
about
about
the
a lot of
four
things.
already, right? We're touching on the four and the possibility
Mhm.
of them, right, coming back. Another really cool thing is they're building our runner. The whole storyline for Sekaguchi is that we're building our runner to be a better version of. So wait a moment. Pause for
White
effect.
Rabbit.
No, no, no. They're building us to be the security guard,
Oh,
essentially,
okay.
from a better
That was my
version
second
of the
guess.
security guard in a podcast. Um, so that is like really
It was slick, by the way.
unique. Yeah, it's a slick way of doing this.
No, no, I was talking
Oh,
about you.
oh, sorry.
In a podcast.
Yeah, sorry, someone knocked on my door.
No, no, it was
Uh,
I just thought it was
but
funny.
yeah, no, it's a really awesome way of designing this runner. So I'm so beyond excited because
Yeah.
this also can make potential for are we gonna fight a old security guard? Not the main security guard, but one of the few that we
There
fought,
were
the
9 other battle
main.
roids on
Yeah, battle
the
raids. There we
planet.
go.
So, I mean,
So
honestly, what if the compiler's not even the boss of the ship? What if it is
yo,
a battle roid in there? Then we got to get past the
I'm
compiler
telling
to
you,
get to the battle
hey,
roid.
listen, this is recorded, okay?
We're kind of getting
It
crazy
might
here, aren't
be a
we?
battle roid because in the I believe it was like in the marathon manifest there was more than I believe just nine. So like or there was a batch order. I think it was
Well,
on
it
the
was
equanimity. That's
okay.
what it was.
I'm gonna say
Something
on the
like that.
marathon there was definitely
Oh,
10, but there was 9
quick,
on the
Jake,
planet.
answer
Yeah, well,
this.
Jake Rory, but like, I haven't thought about it before now. But like, what if Bungie's been? Because the thing is about raids, Bungie never shows us the raid in the trailer.
Hmm.
So if the goal is to get to Vault 7 of Cryo Archive, why would
Yeah,
Bungie show us what's in Vault 7 that
yeah.
is their
It's
top
not a
secret thing?
compiler. It is not.
The
I'm telling you,
compiler's got to be like
it's
Vault
not.
1 or 2,
Yeah,
and then deeper in's
because
the
also
all 9 battle royals you have to fight in one
okay,
go, you know.
we're getting deep here. Because also in the trailers that
Now we're
they
off the
showed,
hinge.
they showed like a blurred out version in several locations of cold storage of compilers. That we know
Yes.
that that's what it is.
And that's what makes me think
So
they're
I
not
guarantee
exclusive.
you heard it here first. It's a battle roid in cold storage, and if it is, we gotta do a stream. We gotta like real quick. we're gonna come back and we'll be like, we said it first, and we gotta tweet out a clip or something
What if we get
of
to cold
us
storage and it's
before it.
actually
It's Betty.
Durandal's mother and
Yo.
Bernard Strauss having
No, better right, better right. We don't want to run the clip. Um, anyway, so it's you could tell we're really excited about this. It's gonna be
I can't
really
wait to go
cool.
blast through that place. Be the last to solve the puzzle, but I'm gonna go do it anyways. So I'll be there.
But we're running to 2 hours and 30. Let's hit those last two before we.
Yes. So these ones I just tossed on here before we started, which is that I want to practice range in the game.
Yep, I think I touched
Um,
on this with my buddies. I want to fire range.
I think it just makes sense to let us know how much damage things do, what's the time to
Let
kill.
people
Just
get familiar with
let me throw some
runners.
attachments on, see how they do. And then I also was thinking that I learned today that I think Cool Guy tested this. I'm pretty sure it was Cool Guy on YouTube. That the HP amount is not 100, which is what I thought. I was like, there's no way this is 100. It feels weird. It's 120 HP. Every shield pip is 20, not 25. So a gray shield person has 140 health. Looking at the damage of your gun and you're trying to find out how many shots it's to kill, minimum is 140.
Wow.
Green shield's 160, blue is 180, purple is 200.
Interesting.
So there was a time where I was doing my math on 125. I was like, maybe it's 125, is it? But I was like, this feels wrong. I don't think this kills in at this speed. So
yeah,
that's and we had a practice range. We could test that, but
yeah, let's test it.
I don't. I don't know how we got it, but that's what he said. Now, my last thing is my last note. More reliable way to get desirable schemas. Here's the thing. I don't want to be like, oh, you walk into the match and you say, I would like one Burt schema, please, and then we hand it to you. However, in my experience, I kind of just find schemas in random places for random things. And I don't particularly feel like there's a rhyme or reason to why I'm finding a schema in a certain place. I've gotten like 7 self-revive schemas, and I would like something else now. Um, I just maybe in medical containers there's a higher chance of getting medical schemas, and in weapon lockers there's a chance to get weapon schemas. I don't know if that's actually how it works, and I just have the worst RNG known to mankind. But I would like to be able to either farm those or something, because there's a lot of weapons in the game, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of weapons that you can only get through schemas.
Listen, I agree. 110%. Let's get some more reliable stuff. Let's get some more desirable stuff. Bada
Yeah,
bing, bada boom. Bungie, I know you're listening. We know you're
we know you're
listening.
there, Bungie.
Listen,
Pally Shark, I know you're Bungie.
we haven't gotten so many views on our podcast for no reason. We know you're watching, Bungie.
Yeah,
I got
Bungie.
my eyes on you. Okay.
Go
Anyway,
ahead. You put that battle roid in cold
yeah,
storage. All right.
I gotta break out the Durandal voice and tell you that way. Um, but we are wrapping up. I just want to touch on some last comments,
Oh, he's
okay?
touching.
Because we got we got Gabe Gibby coming in saying making a podcast instead of figuring out the ARG to get into Cryo Archive.
We're
We're
not making it off to
we're
setting
not
with this
making
one.
off that city with this one. JK, looking forward to listening to this. Listen, Gabe Gibby, I love you. You're always here. You said, you know what, we're your friends. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Guys, we do record this live every time we do record it. Now it is random,
And we
but
just randomly scheduled, but we are
listen,
doing it live.
eventually we are going to get to a schedule. And when we do, I hope you guys really tune in. As you can see, you'll be featured in the YouTube video because we're going to be showing your comments down low.
Just wait till we're both unemployed at the
And we
same
do
time.
like
We'll
to
be so
address your
regular.
comments. We do like to address your comments every single each one of them. If we're not addressing them immediately, it's because we're waiting for little time sections, okay?
Yeah,
And we
look at the
want to get to you
breaks.
guys, okay? So if you are watching and we didn't get to, and you watching back on YouTube, know that we did get to your comment. So I do thank you. We do have Tally Shark saying no comment, or no, sorry, no
No,
camera.
it was the camera breaking.
For both of you, it's fixed. Maybe was on sleep mode, okay?
Yeah,
But
I
there we
don't know
go.
what it broke, but we fixed it. So
Oh, and then Alpha Silverback says we got to stay positive. because we are over here podcasting. Listen, I'm not an ARG man, okay? That's Jake's department. Okay, you want to blame somebody? If you suggest, we are the in-game play. I'm also lore. I do voice acting. What can I say? If I were you guys, please
Little voice
go
acting
over
on
to
the side.
Sato's channel. He's the numbers guy, but not how you think. He's going to be breaking down the runners' health, all these sorts of things over
True.
in his channel. So go check him out. Believe it's
I'm
at Sato or at your
at
Sato.
Sado TTV. The channel's Sado, so good luck.
Fantastic. It is down low. Probably in the
Well,
description
you're
for
going to
our
be down
YouTube.
in the below.
If you're in Twitch, please check. I'm sure he's got it all over his description for his
Mm.
channel. So check out his channel, subscribe, like his video, like this video. Please share it around. Okay.
And
We
don't
like
forget
your
to like
guys'
Justin.
thoughts. Yes, and then come over to me.
Yeah,
Okay,
he'll be
I gotta
linked in the
plug you guys.
description. He'll
I'll be in
be
the
he'll be a
description.
collab as well because now we
Yeah.
figured out how to do that. We're going to be doing that as well.
Yes, yes, we've been making sure that we got that on every video for you
Yeah.
guys. Just that way, if you want to just check me out, it's under collab on YouTube. Um, it's been an absolute pleasure. Again, down low, Justin Guerrero VO is how you find me on YouTube. I do lots of collabs with people and do a lot of fun little, I guess, skits,
You doing
little
little bits?
tidbits, little bits. I'm working on eventually collecting a bunch of lore for you guys in the game, and I'm gonna read those to you, so that way you don't have to. You just sit back and listen to a bunch of lore read to you, okay, about Marathon.
Yeah, who doesn't want an audiobook of lore instead of reading the
I,
lore in the
I
game?
I
Come
own
on.
all the albums for Marathon. I'm gonna have some Marathon music playing in the background. You best believe it's gonna be a vibe. Okay,
I have to get
so
them.
please subscribe to me and like as well. It's been absolute pleasure. I love working on these. We're ready. I mean, we got probably
I mean,
more
here we
stuff
are,
today.
2.5 hours in, and just so you know, we spent an hour and a half getting ready for this one, just
Yeah.
just shooting the shit. So
Yeah, yeah, just talking about everything, kind of breaking in, seeing how we've been doing.
yeah,
So guys, we're gonna have plenty more for you. Again, this is a wonderful episode of Not Great, but it's been great.
official 1.0 edition.
Yes,
We finally made
finally.
it to the game.
We're here. And for all those of you who hate, just get out of here. Okay, we don't care. We don't care. Hey, but if you want to comment and engage, dislike, hey, I will love that down below. We appreciate that
Yeah, just tell us why.
630 or 900 views. Even if you're hating. But all
Well,
right,
Justin, thank you very much for the beautiful outro today. I think
I
I
got you.
don't think I can top that tonight. So I'm just gonna thank everybody for showing up. Everybody who is here live on chat, everybody who's watching on YouTube, thank you all for being here and joining us today. Justin, obviously, thank you for showing up and chatting with me and spending
Yes,
who knows
sir.
how long staring at the computer screen while I say and for an hour before the stream starts. But we have obviously linked Justin down below. He's going to be a collaborator on here as well. Check him out there for all the lore. And for anything that I'm doing, you can go ahead and subscribe. I've got weapon guides coming up is what I'm working on next. Hopefully, we'll see how it does. And maybe some equipment loadout stuff, some tutorials, some tips. But other than that, thank you all for joining us today. We'll see you all again very, very soon.